Oh my god. Not me. Thank you. Hi, Amranath. Sorry. Today's kind of a bit of a shambles for me. I haven't I've been busy, so I haven't like had time to sit down and like focus on things. But yeah, we are playing Genshin today. But first, we have a new affiliate link down in the description. Visuals by Impulse. They make overlays, they make supers and cool animations and things like that for streamers. Use the link in the description or !VBI to get my link. And if you click the link, go to the store, buy anything, you get 5% off, and I get 15% commission. So yeah, everything helps. But yeah, thank you so much. But yeah, that's a new affiliate that I got today, so I'm very happy. I just haven't set everything up properly yet. But yeah, thank you so much. We are going to be playing Genshin today. It's time that we finished Kaveh's Hangout. And yeah, let me put on some Genshin music. I don't know why I put on the Honkai Star Rail stuff. Genshin. There we go. But how have you been doing, Amranath? It's good to see you. Happy Thursday. I'm sorry I'm a bit everywhere. I'm not organized. Like, just before this, I was writing an application for something else. And, yeah. My mind has kind of been on that because it's when they ask you the question, like, why do you want to be a part of this? And it's always, to me, like, really hard to write about myself in that way because I'm just like, nothing to me, like nothing, my brain just goes blank. Like I can't think of what to put in that box. So I have to like sit and think about it for like half a day while I come up with something. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. You're my big fan. Oh, like, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I have taken notice. Oh, no, I didn't want fan art. Jeez. Stop it. Kaveh Hangout. And 3.7 events. Link in thread. I'm really disorganized today. I'm so sorry. And now I've lost what I'm doing. What am I doing? I'm doing this. This is so chaotic. I'm so sorry. This is so unhinged. Right. There we go. Finally, we can get started. All right. I'm not focused on that anymore. We've got stuff done. I'm very happy. Right. So I do have Kaveh's Hangout to finish today, and we have the Fayz Trials event to finish, and then I've got the farming to do. So maybe we can do some like co-op stuff. So anyone who's an NA and has me added, or if you actually want to add me, !UID. Your Instagram ID. I don't have my Instagram ID. I don't have Instagram. UID. If you do !UID, it should bring up, there you go. It should bring up my Genshin details so you can add me. And we can do some co-op stuff later and farm and all that stuff. Right, let's get into it. But how are you doing, Amarnath? I hope you're doing well. I know you said you're my big fan and you've helped me realize that my voice was switched off. So you're very helpful. Yeah, I've just had kind of a chaotic day. I'm kind of in the thralls of looking for new jobs. So yeah, believe it or not, I do more than this. Where am I from? I'm from the UK. So yeah. A very exciting place. It's very warm here at the moment, and it's very... I hate the warmth, so it's not great for me. But yeah, we live when we deal with it. So you're from India. How is it in India? Is it like very hot over there? Is it sweltering? Wait, I have... Oh, exhibition. Well, they're called expeditions. All right, let's go. But yeah, we're on... We pulled for Loelcha yesterday on Honkai Star Rail, and we didn't get him. So on Saturday, what I'm thinking of doing, because I'm due to get like paid, we can maybe like swipe a little bit on Saturday, and we can try and get him on Saturday. But that'll probably be on Twitch. I have a schedule to maintain, so... I've also decided that we won't be doing viewer polls for the next updates moving forward for both games here on YouTube. We'll instead be doing them over on Twitch. I think that's going to be the best way to move forward. And if we don't really get much interest over there, well, we'll just like put it to bed for a bit, and maybe we'll do like do viewer, I don't know, Spiral Abyss or something. Did you know I've never completed Spiral Abyss? Or like, it's in like I completed it, but I've never 36 starred it. That's kind of something on my list of things to eventually be able to do. But I haven't yet because I don't really have enough people built properly. And I don't have I have the time, I just don't have the resources to be able to continuously farm artifacts. Because I also need to build people. You don't like India? What don't you like about it? I imagine it's very hot. You have monsoons every now and again. It sort of cools you down, but I guess it becomes more humid. I guess it's very busy, right? From what I've seen. And its population is ever growing. Do. Right. Kaveh's Hangout. I've already done my dailies, so we just go straight in. Ooh. Oh, I can't claim a key. I'm just too good. Okay, let's go here. Let's finish this tangent. Indian government. Oh, is it that bad? Go home with Kaveh. We gotta go home with Kaveh. Ooh. I love how we're like the only one who knows that Kaveh lives with Alhaitham. No one else knows. No one else knows. We're going to put on the team that I think is going to trigger Kaveh more. So it'll be this team. So I kind of feel like let's make a team just for today. Boss farming selective. Okay, so we want Alhaitham. Sino.
Our mission begins. Who ate a poisonous mushroom?
Tainari. Maybe like Kole. Who was at that dinner with them? It was Kole, right? Yeah, Kole. Let's do Kole.
Ensure your safety.
Now, Tainari's not built because his artifacts are currently on Kole, so... Okay, let's get this going.
Alhaitham isn't in, so feel free to sit wherever. I'll bring out the box.
The box? Wait, I forgot what happened. What's wrong?
Oh, nothing. I just didn't realize how much time had passed. The box is pretty dusty, which means it's already been a while since I've moved into this place. And many years since my mother moved to Fontaine. I'm happy for her.
If we don't meet Kaveh's mother in Fontaine...
She raised me all by herself after my father passed away.
And we get like a second part to this where we go and meet
anyway,
her.
Enough about that. Let's see what I packed in this box.
Will riot.
What are all these things?
Oh. Is that a drawing?
Oh, I remember now. This is a drawing I made in Port Ormos. Obviously, I wouldn't call it anything special now, but I was less than 5 years old when I made this drawing. That's more than 20 years ago.
More than 20?
You could say it's pretty good for a child of that age.
He still looks good at looking for someone who's over 20.
I suppose I do have some
Over 25.
artistic talent, right? Criticism and self-doubt have always been a part of the artistic process.
The thing I love with these hangout quests is that it tells you which options you didn't
It's normal for me to
pick.
question my abilities from time to time. I admit that I may have spent a little too long questioning myself this time around, but as you know, the heart tends to dwell on whatever it pleases.
It really does.
Anyway, never mind. The more I talk about it, the less confident I feel. Let's see what else we have in the box. Ah, my building blocks.
Ooh.
It's been years since I've last seen these. When I was a kid, I used to stack them super high and could even stabilize the tower to keep it from tumbling over. Oh, and this blueprint. I made it by copying my mother's sketch, and the aspect ratio was horrendous.
Wow.
It's still technically the first blueprint I made myself, though. I was super proud of myself when I finished it, and put it in the same pile as my mother's sketches, hoping she'd notice and compliment me for my good work. Unfortunately, my mother didn't realize that I had put it there. When she had a meeting with a client the next day, she handed my blueprint to him by mistake.
Oh.
The client was completely confused by this new blueprint, but apparently he felt too tongue-tied to question such a famous architect. It was only a few days later that he finally gathered up the courage to pay my mother a visit. He asked, "The door in this blueprint is even taller than the roof. Is this supposed to be part of the design?"
Oh my god. And what happened?
My mother took me with her to personally apologize to the client several times. She didn't scold me about it in private, though. Instead, she went over all the steps required to draw a good blueprint, and was very patient throughout the whole process.
The way it took the
Still remember
person
it
like
was
several
yesterday.
days to go back to her.
Let's see. Is
Why?
there anything else left in this box? Huh. What was this again?
Oh.
Ah, this is my mother's notebook. She used to write and sketch in it all the time. When I was a child, I used to be super fascinated by this notebook, and always pestered my mother to let me read it. After asking her a few times, she told me that I could read it as long as I could guess the password. Huh. Wonder why she didn't take this notebook with her. Did she leave it to me on purpose?
Could open it and take a look.
If only I could. I never managed to guess the password.
Even after all those
Hey,
years.
it's not a matter of time, it's a matter of inspiration. That's what we need to guess the password. Who knows? Maybe this time something will click in my head, and the answer will just present itself. Let me think. What could it be?
Your birthday.
I could tell what you were thinking. Don't worry, I tried all the easy guesses a long time ago. I've tried my name, my father's name, my mother's name, my grandparents' names on both sides, and all of our birthdays. I've tried every name and number remotely related to my family. I've even tried stuff like "Love you, Kaveh," "Take care," and "Yours truly." I've tried every cheesy phrase and well-wish in the book, but this lock has refused to budge. I wouldn't try that route again. I have a hunch that it won't be that simple. Also, if she really did use something like that, she'd never hear the end of it from the folks over at Haravatat if they ever found out.
Then maybe for now, just put it aside.
Yeah, you're right. Although I was hoping to find some words of wisdom from my mother, if I stop and think about it, her words may not be the advice that I need to hear right at this moment. Everyone's life journey is different. Traveler, you've visited many lands and met many people, so I'm sure you've run into situations where some advice wasn't exactly suitable for the situation at hand.
Well,
I just got an idea though. If I want to rekindle the creative passion that I had before, instead of trying to unlock an old notebook, why don't I take a walk around the parts of town that had changed my life? What do you think?
sounds good, actually.
I'm glad you agree. Then let's start by taking a quick stroll around the academia.
Oh, but we want to walk around our Haytham's home. Without Haytham. This home is so nice. It's a little bit small, but I think it's modest for what our Haytham needs it. Well, needs from it. Up against the House of Dana. Okay. By the way, don't forget to like the stream. Everyone, help us get discovered a bit more.
Wait. Huh? No. Whatever.
Oh, hang on. Let me. No. No. Let me do this. And then I'll do this and support. No, socials. Support. There we go.
Book learning alone is not enough to cultivate
House of
intelligence.
Dana.
All those scholars in the academia are prime examples.
Is it laggy for any... Like, it feels laggy to me. It feels laggy. Why is it laggy? Feels really laggy, and I don't know why. Why are we here, though? The library changed his life?
Of all the places in the academia, I remember this one most. When my studies got busy, I used to pull all-nighters here trying to finish my blueprints.
You sound like you almost miss it.
Who doesn't miss their time at the academia? Life was a lot simpler then, and we all had far less troubles. I created many designs that I thought were beautiful in the House of Dana. I drew whatever came to mind, since I didn't have to care about budget constraints or turning them into reality.
Why did you like to draw in the House of Dana?
If I had to give a reason, it'd probably be because I like the ambiance here. The academia also had a rule that allowed scholars to annotate any physical books they came across. As a result, the books here are chock full of scholars' wisdom across many generations.
Wait, they're allowed to scribble in books? Oh my god. Look at him. Why couldn't I get him on the banner when he was here? Why wouldn't you come? Why wouldn't he come for me?
Oh, here, this is a great example. This book, History of Ancient Sumeru Architecture, contains some analysis that I did many years ago. Huh? Why is Al-Haytham's handwriting also in here?
Not the
When
Al-Haytham!
did he ever read this book?
Girl, he's probably read every book in this library.
I guess it's probably from when we worked on that research project together. Anyway, he probably never cared to tell you this.
Wait,
but
they
the
worked
House
on a
of Dana
research
is where
project
Al-Haytham and I first
together?
met.
Please.
I came here to do my homework and saw him sitting by himself next to that row of bookshelves. A group of Haravatat scholars were chatting near him, but he looked as if he was too lazy to join them. There was a pretty stark difference between him and all the rest of them.
Yeah, he's better.
It was my fault for feeling bad for
He's
him.
better.
I thought he must have gotten into some kind of trouble and went over to ask if he needed anything, not realizing that...
Not realizing that you were in fact the one in a whole heap of trouble?
Hello!
Al-Haytham? Why are you here?
Because he lives here.
The House of Dana is a public space. Anyone can come here, no?
But shouldn't you be at the records room at this hour? You're not here to watch me make a fool of myself, are you?
You think I would derive amusement from watching you fall into depression over your life's various troubles? If that's the case, then I suppose I must have been entertaining myself for years. I came here to pick up a few files.
He's so funny.
If your voice hadn't managed to get through my soundproof earpieces, I probably wouldn't have noticed you.
Wait,
All right,
how?
all right. I admit I was probably overreacting just now.
Want to continue the story?
Probably not when he's right here with us. As his senior, I shouldn't try to tarnish his reputation.
There was nothing embarrassing or shameful about it.
Ooh.
When I was still a student at the academia, I once collaborated with Kaveh on a research project. A collaboration is usually beneficial for all parties, but due to issues with our personalities, we ended up going our separate ways before completing the project.
Oh.
We had a number of differences, and they remain unresolved even today. But there's no point going into that right now. The more important question
Really?
is, why are you at the House of Dana?
Kaveh's feeling a little...
As a senior scholar, isn't it my responsibility to offer my friend a quick tour and explanation of the academia's architecture?
I see. Then let me guess. Your next stop will be the pavilions around Razan Garden? Our famed architect sure loves showing off that corner to all his friends.
This is too funny.
A lot of the books you annotated have been moved to the innermost section of that bookshelf over there. You'll have to dig them out yourself if you need to find them.
Huh? But why would you know that? Don't tell me you finally had an epiphany and realized that there's great virtue in respecting your elder's work.
Sure, if that will give you some self-confidence. Leave any words of thanks you may have to the ex-Grand Conservator. The last time he was here, he was complaining that he had received reports from current students. The main grievance being that the annotations are too long and difficult to read.
Oh.
As a result, the books you annotated have been moved to the back shelves.
What? But all of my annotations were extremely important. Instead of reporting me, they should have been thanking me for my service. The notes that I took, they couldn't have asked for a better analysis of those books. Okay, just you wait. I'm going to fix this right now. I'll dig all the books out and return them to the proper shelves.
Oh, come on.
Oh, we'll wait.
Ooh. Waiting is about all we could do.
You were about to say he's feeling a bit down?
He was putting through the ringer recently by a particularly difficult client.
Put through the ringer. What an interesting phrase. I assume he used those exact words himself?
Doesn't seem far from the truth, though.
He probably did suffer quite a bit, that's true. He always spends a lot of time editing his proposals, with the goal of satisfying as many of the client's preferences as possible. But the satisfaction of one client will not translate to general satisfaction with his work. Many problems in life can only be solved by a fundamental change of attitude. As the leading genius of Kshahrewar, Kaveh should have both the right and the confidence to reject any unreasonable demands. There are plenty of architects in Sumeru who are inferior to him in skill, yet far more irascible in temperament. What's more, there are plenty of people who look up to such individuals as paragons of staying true to
The
one's
way
principles.
Al-Haytham is praising him to the sun right now.
Clearly, his predicament is inevitable, since he holds other people's feelings as more important than his own. Of course, each person is different, and we should respect the paths that they have chosen for themselves. Admonitions will serve no purpose.
The way Al
People
Haytham was
tend to
basically
succumb to
like
familiar pitfalls,
the
and
other
this is especially
character
true
in
for
this
those who believe it's their duty to carry more burdens
whole
on their shoulders.
hangout situation. Oh, he's coming back.
Looks like you were having an enjoyable chat while I was gone. Were you talking about me by any chance?
What do you think?
Oh,
What else is there to talk about? Surely no one would be interested in talking about the files that you were browsing through earlier. Anyway, you should take a look at this. Look at this comment on page 82. Dear Kaveh, thank you so much for annotating this book in such detail. It was a great help to me. See that? Now that's how a student should treat their seniors.
Looks like you're already in a much better mood now. It really doesn't take much to make you happy, huh?
Me happy?
please.
I'm mocking that retired blockhead for being so full of himself. He understands nothing about the true beauty of architecture. When I can find some time, I'll have a serious talk with him about making sure these books are put
I
where they
kind of
belong.
want that as a sound
Why
clip.
don't you just move all the books yourself? It's not like he hasn't cursed you out before. What was that nickname he gave you while you were in the academia? The Urchin of Kasharwar?
Wait, what?
Kaveh had a habit of scribbling and writing in all kinds of books.
Hey! You didn't need to bring that up. At least not when I'm still standing here. Oh, actually, I also found a really old sketch in one of the books over there. See? Doesn't it remind you of something?
Hi. How do I say your name? Ray Vazat? Hi, Ray Vazat. How are you doing? I'm going to call you Ray. Because it's easier. Also, it's really small on my screen. How are you doing, Ray? Welcome on in. An arch bridge.
Huh? Don't tell me even you don't get it.
Don't ask me. This is the time you specifically put aside to brag about yourself. Feel free to hoard all the spotlight you want.
You... In that case, allow me to explain. Although this sketch is a little abstract, you can plainly see from the road plans that this was an original concept for the expansion of Port Ormos.
We can also plainly see that the designer was a huge fan of this project. It's the project he loves to talk about the most.
Oh,
Second to the
no.
Palace of Alcazarzare.
Not this. Hey, I just found this on my recommended, so I decided to check it out. Well, welcome on in. Thank you for checking us out. You're doing good. I'm glad. Yeah, we're just doing Kaveh's, well, the rest of Kaveh's Hangout endings. We did one in my last Genshin stream, which I think was last week. So we're just like finishing it off before we get to 3.8. And we're going to be doing some more of the 3.7 events later, because I haven't quite finished them all. So yeah, we're just going to sit here. We're going to chill. We're going to listen to whatever this is. And yeah, I hope you'll enjoy it. I think this is the funniest ending, honestly. Like we did the one where Al Haytham, Sino, Tainari, and I think Kole were having like a little get together in the Paradise DI. And now we're doing this one. And we have, I think, 3 more after this to do. So we've got plenty to do tonight. But I think anything with like Al Haytham and Kaveh together is it's the funniest thing to me. I love it so much. Also, Al Haytham is my main on Genshin. So, do you play Genshin or Star Rail at all?
If I don't keep bringing up the neat projects that I've done, how would anyone know that I was the one who did them in the first place?
You play both? Do you have a preference of which one, or do you kind of like them both?
There shouldn't be any complaints about Port Ormos. If I remember correctly, the construction process was very smooth. Everything was made ready ahead of time, and there were very few safety concerns.
Also, have you pulled for Luolja yet? Because we tried to yesterday, and I instead got, I think I got like C10 Paler. I got E10 Paler. I got E1 or 2 Qingshi, and an E1 Japard, and no Luocha, and no Yukong. So I don't play HSR as much as Genshin. What's your AR, and who's your main? I want to know. I want to know everything. As soon as we meet like Genshin people, you have Silver Ball Float. Yeah, I've got Silver Ball as well. I have all the 4 stars up until Yukong, and I have Himiko, Clara, Japard, Jingyuan, Seela. I think that's it. You main Yoimiya. Oh, I feel like I feel like you'll enjoy someone that I watch, because I'm actually meeting a lot of Yoimiya mains actually. I forget C6 Kazuha. I'll main him. Wait, are you still pulling? What C are you? I guess you're at C5 right now, based on that, but. Yeah, I'm still pulling for Al Haytham because I already have a C1. I got it when he first came out. It was the 5-star I would have got. It would have been Zhao if I'd have pulled on Zhao. Because I was pulling on that banner, and then I was like, do you know what? Let's go for C1 Al Haytham instead. So I've got to wait for the next Zhao banner. But yeah. I want to get him C2 so bad. I'm actually trying to main Kujo Sara if I get her C6 too. She's my favorite character. Ooh. I think I have her C6.
There are
but I haven't leveled
no
her.
records of any complaints about this project. A most impressive achievement.
Oh my god, he's actually like winding him up. That's quite funny.
See? What did I tell you?
Oh.
Come on, let's take a stroll through Port Ormos next. I'll tell you all about the designs I made for the place.
Your AR-50. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Oh, you're like 10 in HSR. Okay, so I'm AR-57 on Genshin on this account. I'm AR-23 on my EU server. And then I have Trailblazer level 62 now on Honkai Star Rail. Bro, Indian time is 11 PM, so I'm gonna go. All right, have a good sleep. I don't sleep when my mum fry me. Oh, not that. I hope you have a wonderful night's sleep. Have sweet dreams. Yeah, we'll see you next time, hopefully. I'll see you in the comments. Good night, Amona. Thank you so much for being here. Are we going through Port Ormos now? Okay.
No need. It's almost time to clock out for the day, and I don't intend on bringing any unfinished work home.
Right. It's 10 AM for
Suit
you.
yourself. It's not like you know how to appreciate artistry anyway.
10 AM?
Let's go, traveler. I'll take you to Port Ormos.
Okay. But I want Al Haytham to come with us. I want Al Haytham. Oh, wait, he's here. It's fine.
Here you are.
It's 10 AM for you. Whereabouts in the world are you? So Amarnath's from India. Oh, can I get up here? Yes. Send you a friend request. I don't know if you want to add me. I guess you're on. Let's have a look. You're not showcasing any characters. Sneaky. Okay. You're on US. Cool. I guess you're on West Coast, right? What's that? 8 hours behind? If it's 10 AM. Well, it's 7 PM now, so my bills are trash. No. No, it's fine. It doesn't matter. I mean, some of mine are trash too, and I do have characters like leveled, so it literally all comes down to the rolls of your artifacts. Like, sometimes it can be very brutal, and that's most of the time for me. But the rest of the time, it can be, like, bliss. And you get, like, really nice substats.
Port Ormos.
Did you design one of the buildings here?
No, I didn't design any one specific building. Most of my work here concerned structural renovation.
Oh.
Port Ormos had already existed since I was still a young child. It wasn't as large as it is now, though. It only came to its current size after a sizable expansion.
Oh.
I was part of that project. The Arch Bridge over there, for example. That was one of my designs.
I'm still using 4-star artifacts. Get those 5-star artifacts. They're going to really help you. Honestly, AR 50 is probably the time when you need to start kind of farming those 5-star artifacts, if I'm completely honest. Yeah. Are there any, like, characters that you specifically want? Yeah, I mean, you just said Kazuha and Kujisara. Are you like a whale or something? Because you're like C6 Kazuha. You have no luck. Just Kazuha and Sara. You just have Kazuha and Sara. You don't have anyone else. How did you come up with the idea for it?
When I was first tasked with the project, I decided to reference the growth patterns of nearby trees to split Port Ormos into 2 levels. My goal was to improve the overall utilization of space. We ran into a lot of issues during construction, but thankfully, we were still able to achieve the original vision. Residents can now behold all the ships entering and leaving the harbor from the vantage point of the bridge, while visitors can recognize the site of Port Ormos from a long ways away. I was still young and new to the trade back then. I could hardly believe that an idea in my head could become reality and remain in the world for many years to come. The true cornerstone of the creative process. The point
You're
about
free
the
to
design that will
play.
be ultimately used to judge its true worth. It was the
I guess
first
you could
time
say
that it
my
became
EU
crystal
server
clear
one
in
is
my
free to
mind.
play.
Once built, a building will continue to stand.
I have some 5
Countless
stars, but
people
not a
will
lot.
see it,
Which ones
and
do you
countless
have?
more will step inside it. Its final worth, whether it's good or bad, will be assessed by the countless generations of people that interact with the building during their lives.
I think for me, there's just too many characters that I want. And I've only been playing for like almost a year now. Consistently. So there were a lot of characters. So I came in with this Sumeru. I basically started consistently playing from this just before the Sumeru update. And then I just been like collecting characters that I have wanted as I've gone. I think as I get more characters, like I missed Yolan and I'm really sad about that because I really wanted her. But now I'm like getting to the stage where I now have like a good foundation of what characters I have. I need to start selecting which ones I want to prioritize for getting their constellations and which ones I want to like collect because the like joy of collecting them, if you get what I mean. Yoimiya, Raiden, Zhongli, Kazuha, Nihida, Jean, Kaching, and Tanari. Ooh, that's a good selection actually. Tanari's really good. Kaching's really good. Jean is really... They're all really good actually. You've like selected them very well. Although I will honestly say, Yoimiya, I will refer to you as Walmart Amber. Because, I don't know. we troll someone with that nickname for her in someone else's chat, so
You think so?
So
I'm
it's
glad to hear
funny.
that. But even with this project, I still had one small regret. My budget was tight,
Ooh.
and I was unable to use the higher quality timber I had originally intended for the design.
is
I
the
knew
stream
that
like
some concessions
freaking
on
out?
aesthetics would be needed as soon as I agreed to a proposal that prioritized the practical functions.
Hi
of the
Emily,
project.
how are you?
Us
Welcome on
creative types
in.
know better than anyone that most projects cannot be completed.
How are you
without
doing
a few
today?
regrets. Even the Palace of Alcazarzare was not perfect.
But having no regrets would also mean you had no higher hopes for the future.
Yeah, you're right. I should learn to look toward future opportunities and believe that any regrets I have can be overcome in time.
Yeah,
We've spent long enough here. There's still one last place I want to go, but it's a little far. Would you be interested in a quick trip to the desert?
Wait, we going to the desert? What did he do in the desert?
Great. Most of my projects over the last few years have had something to do with the desert, partially because there's a special place there that I often visit. This is a rare opportunity, so why don't you come along and see it for yourself? If you ever feel down, maybe you'll be able to go there and feel better too.
Oh. Where are we going? Where are we going? Where's he taking us? My Yoimiya is using a 3-star weapon. So I don't have Yoimiya, but I do have her weapon. Basically, when Nahida first came round, I was going for her weapon, but I could only get Yoimiya's weapon.
Who would have thought that
So I didn't get Nahida's weapon until her second her rerun.
We won't be able to sit and talk peacefully with these guys around. Let's clear the area.
Wait, do we get to play him now? Oh my god, we do. Ah.
Let's nip that in the bud.
Look at the 1k damage. It's awful. You can tell I haven't built her. Oh, built him. Here we go. How are you? I'm doing really well, thank you. How are you?
This place great. I often come here to clear my mind when I'm
We're just chilling with Kaveh's Hangout
You know what I
today.
mean. Everyone finds themselves in
We
frustrating
might get into some
situations
events later
once
that
in a
I
while.
need to finish. So,
Just take me as an
But
example.
how are you? Do you
My
play
family
Genshin?
Life got shaken up quite a bit when I was young. I struggled in school, and I got into a huge pile of debt building the Palace of Alcazarzaray.
Doing great.
Ethan thinks that it's because of my personality that I continue to live in the shadow of the past. I think it's also just a part of life. Plus, if I look back, I've honestly had my fair share of good luck as well. You could probably
I don't get why
say
we're
I've
here,
followed
though.
the path of my mother. Like her, I've gained a name for myself as an architect, built something that's seen as my magnum opus, and found many projects that others have entrusted to me to finish.
You also haven't completely lost your passion for life.
Life is too boring when you live with no enthusiasm and passion. Only those who believe in the inherent meaning of it can capture the small nuances of everyday life and turn them into inspiration for beautiful designs.
Honestly, this guy's
Of course,
gorgeous.
will concede
I wish
that
I
loving
managed to
something
get
also
him.
means
It
taking
makes me
to
really
heart.
sad when you don't get a
So to
character
an
that you
extent,
want.
caring
I didn't even
is
want
also a
Baishu.
source of pain.
I don't
If
regret
didn't
pulling
love my
him,
work,
but I want to
wouldn't be
Kaveh
so torn
more.
up about it all the time. But still, isn't this place beautiful?
He would have been my last
Despite the erosion from the winds
Sumeru
and changing
4-star
seasons, you
that I
can
would have
still
got.
perceive its past beauty and glory. With different landforms come different architectural styles. The desert's history has left it with few records regarding its buildings, so I often visit the desert to investigate things in person. The sight here has moved me ever since the first time I laid my eyes on it. I told myself that one day, I would also be able to create buildings that move others. My pain will one day fade into nothing, just as I reach the end of my life. But buildings are different. They are far more valuable than most materialistic things, and far more durable than human flesh. As long as there remain souls in the world who can decipher the meaning behind them, they will also have acknowledged me across the vast stream of time. If you were to ask me what art is, that would be my answer.
Now that's more like the Kaveh I know.
You think so? But I feel I've always been like this. Remember that question I brought up before? The one about whether I should see art as a divine gift of inspiration from the gods, or as a product of my own existential struggle. I still haven't found an answer to that yet. But if art wasn't inherently paradoxical and enigmatic, then people probably wouldn't be drawn
My
to
first
it.
ever 5-star.
Those who pursue art will be unable to avoid the pain that it naturally brings. Will often be floating on cloud 9 one second and sinking in a mire the next. I'll try gathering my thoughts again once I've found a way to define art in the first place. In any case,
Chi
thank you so
No.
much for listening to everything I had to say.
I think my first 5-star was Deluke. I think he was, because I mained him for like a... Oh my god! Yes!
A blade embraces its duty as a jeweler.
Slay. I don't want to change the name card, I just want to put it in the slot. Where is it? Hey y'all. Look what I have. Literally, I have like a system for these. Basically, if I level up a character enough and get their name card, they fit in the slot for their region. Oops, that's not it. Where is it? It's here. So I have Monster, Leeway, Inazuma, Sumeru. And then I have like a random one, and then I have like the reputational like achievements ones. But I feel like this is just gonna fill up by the time the game continues. So this will be like Fontaine characters. This will be like Natlan characters. What are your mains in order? Your first 5-star was Ganyu. But are we saying 5 stars as in like the 5 stars, or are we talking like limited 5 stars? Because if you're talking about that, I think my first limited 5-star was Zhongli. What are your mains in order? Huh. You're funny. The team that I've used the most would be this one.
All is accounted for.
This is my favorite team. It is probably the laziest team in the game, but honestly, if you just want to go through content and just sort of slay everything, this is the team you go for. Also, I love every single one of these characters. I'm not so keen on like, I don't mind Kokomi, like she's a great support. That's why she's there. I wouldn't say she's my favorite support. I don't know if I really have a favorite support, to be honest. I just have whoever's good. And at the moment, it's between Kokomi and Baiju. But I do like to troll people with Dory sometimes. That's quite fun. But, yeah. Those are my favorites. Ganyu is my main for over 2 years. Okay. I guess you like really like a style of gameplay. I don't have it simply because I don't like standing there and charging my bow for like 3 hours.
Flicker.
I prefer being like button mashy.
Nowhere to run.
So in order, I'd say my first main was Diluc. Then I switched to Tainari. And like, so basically my team started off as like Diluc. I think Fischl was in there. Maybe Kai. No, was it Kaio? You can tell by who I've leveled up, basically. Vaguely. Oh, Diona was like my support at the time, at the beginning. And I think I had like Jean in and out of the party now and again. I didn't realize Bennett's potential until someone literally was like, you need to level your Bennett. But my team went from being like Diluc, Fischl, all of that, to ending up being like Tainari, Zhongli, Kokomi. Who was the last one? There was someone else in there. I can't remember off the top of my head. But then Sino came out and I got him, and I was very happy with him. So he became my main. And now Alhaitham, I mean, we knew Alhaitham was coming since like we met him in the story. So he became my main, and he's been my main ever since.
No.
He's also probably my highest, he's my highest leveled, like, limited 5-star. I got his C1 on the first banner, and I'm currently trying to get his C2. Probably not going to happen, but we live in hope. As for standard 5 stars, though I did pull on Tainari's banner when it was originally out, I have since got him 3 times, losing 50-50s. So yeah, that's the thing. But I've been moving my artifacts around so much that I just haven't really been like literally, if I need if I'm like building someone. So at the moment I'm trying to get Kaveh up to max ascension, and the same for, well, Sucrose we just did today or yesterday. Kaveh and Fischl are the next on the books to be sort of leveled, so they're going to be leveled hopefully soon.
I created another universe and founded paradise for Fischl, and the
And then you found your 50-57 times in a row. That's about the amount of times I've lost my 50-50s in a row. I can bring up my pity actually. Paimon.no. So I lost my 50-50 to Chi-Chi at 77 pity, and then got Zhongli 20 pulls later. Then I won the 50-50 and got Tainari at 26 pulls later. I won the 50-50 for Kokomi. I won the 50-50 for Sino, but both at like 70 pity. I lost to D-Luke at 8 pity. And then I got Venti 79 pulls later. I won the 50-50 for Nahida. Lost for Tainari. And then I got Tartaglia. Lost for Chi-Chi. Got Wanderer. Lost for Tainari, got Ito. Lost for Chi-Chi, got Raiden. 1 for Alhaitham, 1 for Alhaitham. Lost for Keqing and Shenhe. 1 for Ayaka. Lost to Jean for Baiju. And then lost to Tainari for Kazuha. But my like weapon banner luck is a lot better. Like I've won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times on the weapon banner out of the 9, 10, 11, 12 weapons I've got. So I've only lost on the weapon banner twice. So yeah. I seem to do like very well when it comes to any characters that work in a Dendro comp. But as soon as you get like someone else, like Wanderer, Ito, anyone like that, I lose the 50-50. It's really strange. It's really strange. But yeah, I have all the standard 5 stars at various levels. Yeah, C2 Keqing, C2 Chi-Chi, C1 Diluc, C3 Tainari, and C0 Dea. This is actually really good, believe it or not. This is actually very good. But it's a shame that I lost it. I also have for some reason on the weapon banners, whenever I'm going for a catalyst weapon, I will lose the 50-50. Hands down. There's only one time I've won it, and that is for Nahida's second rerun. Why? Oh, right, it's the fruit. But yeah, that's my account. We're gonna go back to Sumurusi because I feel like we're gonna need to be back here. We have more endings to finish, so we have 3 more to do. Dum, dum, dum. I love this image. View memory. This image was so nice. Also, the fact that Haytham's pretty much turned up in both of the ones we've done so far is kind of iconic. Where are we going? The tavern. Wait, that's over here? Oh, I guess so. Yeah, it's over there. I got Baiju after 20 pulls, and then after that 3 pulls, his child Chi-Chi. I know people with like C6 Chi-Chi, so I feel that pain. Is anyone pulling for the next banners? Is anyone pulling for Klee or Eula? Or Kokomi or Wanderer? Anyone who has like 100% unfinished quests? Probably. But you'll get there. Hi, Cat. How are you?
Truly the worst decision ever.
Ooh. Are you alright?
Oh, hey. I wasn't expecting to run into you.
Oh,
here.
this is dialogue we've been through
Actually,
before.
while
But
we're
we'll run
on
it through
that,
this time.
What are you doing here at the tavern? So you saw that, did you?
This was my first Chi-Chi after 2 years. Wait, what?
I made sure to double-check
Only
that
Kazuha or
Voydec
Raiden
was
banner or
around.
Hydro Archon. So yeah,
Anyway, thanks for looking
I'm
out
not
for me.
so well.
Honestly,
Actually,
it
that's a
wasn't really
lie.
big
I
of
saw
a
the
deal.
lineup,
I'm
or like the most
used to
recent
it by now.
leaks, which actually I shouldn't
Stress
talk
is
about
just an
because I haven't seen them at
inescapable
all.
part of being a working
But
adult.
they're out there.
Boss, I'll have
I
a
really
glass
want
of
Foster
wine,
Law,
same as
Foster
last
Laws,
time.
and I
If
want
you something
Yelan
too, I'll put it on my tab.
because she's apparently coming in 4.0. Foster Law's coming in 4.2. I also want Taylor Swift.
Of juice coming right up.
Like, really need Taylor Swift. But also there's that guy who's sort of
But if you
dark
could add this one
hair.
to the list as well,
His color palette's very
I'd
red.
appreciate
I
it.
want that
Handling
person.
the client is
I
not
don't know
good
if I
luck for me.
want
If word gets
Chief
out, other potential
Justicia,
clients might be afraid to work with
whatever his name is,
me. That guy,
Nouvelliette.
though. What was he
I don't know if I
even
want
going
him.
on
He looks too
about?
serious, but he also
All those
is kind of
ridiculous demands of his?
good looking.
He's just a blabbering fool trying to act like a know-it-all.
And then I don't really know after that. Maybe Arlecchino. We'll see.
Another glass, please, boss. I'm not leaving today till someone has to carry
You don't
me
have
out.
Mona yet. I think I got C1 Mona.
I gotta say though, it almost feels like you're saying that every other day now.
It really is.
And I know
every
someone
other
who
day
hasn't
run
had
into
Mona
a
and they've been
client
playing the
who
game
knows
since
nothing about
launch.
construction requirements or architectural style. If this was in the past, I'd never have gone through 6 whole drafts trying to accommodate the client's preferences. But perhaps
Meanwhile,
getting
I'm over
used to
here
this
on
just
Honkai
means that
Star
I've
Rail
grown
and going,
numb to it.
oh, I want
I've
Low
worked on
Out
so
Job, but
many
he's not
projects
coming.
since graduation.
I don't have
Many of
Muna,
them have been approved
Muna,
at the first pass.
Mona, Diluc,
I
Chi-Chi, or
spent a lot of
Dea.
time altering my designs, and by the time the clients were finally satisfied,
I think
all my passion and
because you're free to
enthusiasm
play,
would be
you're less
gone.
likely to get them.
Feels like I'm
But
straying
yeah,
further and
what's your
further
favorite
from my
character?
artistic vision with
I'll hate
every
them.
change I have to make. I suppose though that just
I'll
sticking
hate
to your
them.
guns and completely
Absolutely.
disregarding other people's feedback
How are you doing,
would
Kat?
also not be a good thing. All of this makes for a real
Are you a Genshin player?
paradox, one
Your
that
favorite is Kujo
capable of
Sara?
offsetting
Okay.
my work too. In the end, what is the true meaning of art? Should I see it as a divine gift of inspiration from the gods? Or an expression of the light of my own wisdom?
Here's your drink. How are you already spouting nonsense after just one glass? Your tolerance is usually much better than that.
Boss, what do you think?
Okay, we're gonna
Meaning
skip
of
some of
law.
those.
Anyway, I don't know about art.
What do you think? Yes, art
I simp for
shouldn't be
simp.
self-indulgent entertainment saved for the elite.
Because she's a simp
Let's
for
say that I built a
Raiden?
house for someone. If they don't like how it looks, then no matter how brilliant it may appear to me,
I do have a lot of
they
C6
won't be
4
happy
stars,
with
to be
it.
honest.
The problem
I'm
is that
slowly
it's
working through
very
building them
difficult
all.
to get validated by others. I could
They're just a
compromise my
lot at the
personal
moment.
standards to accommodate my clients, but often that just means creating a final product.
Also,
that
I have
would struggle
C6'd
to
my
look at.
Bennett because I tend to only ever use him in a situation where C6ing him is fine. So every other time I use someone else, so I don't really care.
Hmm? Thanks for offering, but you've seen how he is. He's not going to listen to anything I say.
Wait, this is an option we haven't picked
Understands
before.
nothing about my design, and all the suggestions he made were as if he just wanted to mock me.
I don't think he was intentionally trying to be difficult.
Okay, it is possible that I was just jaded by my frustration.
Yes.
Well, given I'm already on my 6th draft, I can probably push myself.
No,
to
don't make a
7th.
7th, you...
Let's go have another talk with him. I know where we'd be able to find the guy.
He's an idiot.
There's
Why
no
are you
time
making
to
a
waste.
7th
The
draft?
wine can wait until another time. I'll go
Has
take care of
Kaveh
the
never
building.
heard of, like... like, the amount of revisions? Limiting the amount of revisions people can have. You also have a Al-Haytham? Do you have his weapon? Do you love him? What was that? Why did my phone click? Wait, where are we? Oh my god. Uh-oh. Al-Haytham is the bestest boy. I love him.
Kaveh, what are you doing here?
And we all know that Kaveh and Al-Haytham have more going on than
I've
meets the
changed
eye.
my mind.
I love him, but I don't have his
I was
weapon.
overreacting earlier.
Why didn't you get his
Can we
weapon?
try
Or
discussing
wait,
the
did you
project
just
some
get
more?
Al-Haytham, or did you get him when he
My
first came
apologies
out?
as well. Now that I think about it, some of my requests were indeed a bit unreasonable.
Part 2 of that question.
If I
Did you
choose
pull for
to
Kazuha this
create the
time?
design for my project, I should have a bit more faith in your vision.
Because if
Thank
so,
you
I
for
understand.
understanding.
Because the pulls this
Mutual
time has
trust
been
is the
rubbish.
basis for good communication. Now that we've got that out of the way, I think we can have a more productive conversation. To be perfectly honest, your commission request has been the most peculiar one I've ever received. Even now, I still know nothing about the building's intended purpose. All I know is that you want to build something in the desert for public use. I am aware that overly specific requests will restrain the architect's artistic freedom. However, knowing nothing about the intended purpose of the building also means I have no idea if I'm on the right track. I've produced several draft proposals for you to choose from, and you've rejected every single one. If we don't get on the same page, it could be a decade before we can finally break ground on this project.
Finally.
Yes, I've given this some thought already. I think we can go with the general direction of the latest proposal that you just showed me. It's just...
He still isn't telling
Just
us what the
what?
purpose of the building is.
Putting the building design aside, can we get some less expensive materials for the floor tiles? Yeah, I know someone in the business, and the red bricks he sells can go for pretty cheap. The timber here as well. We should be able to find some substitutes.
Please give me a moment. My head's starting to hurt again. Just please hold on for a second. So, let me get this straight. You want to reduce the cost of the project, right? But if we implement your suggestions, then I'm afraid we have to scrap the entire design. Architectural design cannot be neatly split into discrete parts. Any change to one part of the design will affect the quality of the whole thing. I decided to utilize high-end timber for this section because the weight-bearing structure requires the supporting materials to be durable and strong. Same with the tiles. Switch them out and the entire mural will have to be redesigned. More importantly, if we make such a change, both its practical functionality and aesthetic value will take a great hit. If all
Hi,
you need is a
Poppin.
building with a roof that can keep
How long
people
have you
dry in the rain,
playing? How long are you
shouldn't
playing
have commissioned
Genshin?
me. Many architects would
I've
be
been
able to
playing
build
Genshin
you one of
since
those while
last
charging far
July,
less in
last
commission
June,
fees.
something like that. But
Actually,
today we're gonna be playing for another few hours.
Please tell me.
I've been playing for a year,
You're
but I have been
absolutely
saving for
sure
Kazuha for a
that
year.
there's no room
Ooh.
for any changes
How you doing,
in this
Poppin?
draft of the
Are you
design?
good?
I think the most
Are
important
you excited for
thing for
tomorrow?
me is to understand what you would actually like to get. If you could tell me more about your vision, I might be able to work with the design some more. You are the client, after all. You should have the final say on how the project turns out.
I want to build something unique. Something quiet and warm inside. A refuge that can block out the world outside. I want all who enter this building to be able to temporarily forget everything that's going on outside of the building and just focus on their task at hand.
That's a bit more information than last time, but it's still extremely vague. To put it another way, every rich person who wants to build a mansion for themselves would request something like this. We've gone through many proposals, and this draft is already the cheapest one. Cutting costs by substituting building materials will not only detract from the overall effect of the building, it also won't save you much more in the grand scheme of things.
Thank
Finished
you
work.
for giving it so
Super
much
excited to see
thought.
them polls. First time
Please give me
saving.
some more time
Ooh.
to mull over
Well,
the budget. I'll get back to you.
we'll
once
get
I've
you
figured out a
Labocha
solution.
tomorrow. I promise
I still
you.
have a few
We
business
will.
meetings
Whichever
that I
way it
must attend,
happens,
so
we will get
I'm afraid I'll
him.
have to leave for now.
What's your
You
favorite
can just
Archon?
leave the proposal as is. I'll get in touch once
Nahida.
I've given it some more thought.
I'm sorry. She's broken. But in a good way. She's broken. She's cute. She used to be something else. If you haven't played the story, that's kind of a spoiler, but we won't go into it anymore. But yeah, she's really cute. I love her. Though coming second is probably Raiden.
Is that really okay? I mean, what he does
'Cause
now
Mummy.
is none of our business.
With
He
trauma
does
issues.
seem really suspicious, though. He dresses
To be
like
fair,
a rich
everyone in this
person,
game has had
but when
trauma.
you talk to him, he hardly sounds the
Every
part.
story that involves Nahida makes me cry. Same. He sounds super frugal too.
That's actually pretty common. Not all rich people are spendthrifts. Many are just as if
You
not
cried during the
more
Archon
stingy than
quest.
him.
I think I cried
The
during
more
all
mora
of them
some people
at
have,
one point or
the
another.
more they love interfering with people's
And her
lives.
story quests.
Like constantly reminding you to pay back your debts, or hinting every other day that it's time for you to pay rent. Actually,
And
think
despite
about
like
it,
her story being
I'm not even sure
so
this person really
tragic,
wants to work on this project with me. Putting his vague requests
she
aside,
still comes
we
out
still find
with
excuses to procrastinate even when we've decided on a
she still
plan.
comes out with a
Who
smile
knows
and a
how long
happy
construction
attitude,
will take if he keeps
and
delaying
always
things
concerned
like
about her
this.
citizens.
We should find him again and get some clearer answers. The sooner we can break ground on this, the better.
Follow the client.
Huh? Where did he go? I could have sworn he went this way. Let's keep looking.
He searched the area with Kaveh, but find no trace of Badawi.
Oh, hey, look! Isn't that Badawi? It sure looks like him, but he's dressed completely different now. What is he up to?
Didn't I tell you before? I'm not looking for more workers. Plus, aren't you a bit old for physical labor? If something happens to you, I won't be able to pay for it.
My God.
Oh, you won't have to worry about that. I grew up as an Eremite mercenary and worked in the desert my entire life.
I want to
My
join
body's
Mia so
still in
much,
great
but then I
shape.
got the dead.
I don't have many talents.
You
but
got
I still have
Chi-Chi.
my muscle. If you
I'll say
need
Chi-Chi's not
someone to
bad.
unload goods
She's
or
not as
drive
bad as
away
people say she
sumpter
is.
beasts, I'm your man.
In complete
You
honesty,
used to be an
but
Eremite mercenary?
yeah.
I know
She
there
really
are
excels
a
as
lot of bad
C6.
apples in our ranks, but most are
The
just
fact that she
trying to make a
can
living.
resurrect your entire
We're
team
not
at
that
C6
greedy
is
by
kind of OP.
nature. We'll do our best when given a job.
Let me think. I'm sorry, but I still can't take you in. I don't have any open positions right now, and don't have the Mora for anything more. How about this? Why don't you try your luck somewhere else?
Okay.
He used to be a member of the Eremites? Huh. From the way he was dressed, I would have thought he was a merchant from the rainforest. Let's ask him about it.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Caught red-handed. Caught red-handed. Hi.
We meet again.
Hello.
Huh? Why are you guys here?
That's what we wanted to ask you. Who are you? Why did you dress up like a
The leeway
merchant
quest
and
is my
talk to me
favorite
about our
quest.
project?
So the leeway quest is the
There's no
thing
need
that
for
got
us
me
to
gripped to
continue
the
this
game.
project if you still
Mondstadt
want to
don't really
keep
care
hiding
about.
things from us.
Like, it happened.
Don't work
It
with
wasn't...
individuals I can't
It was like...
trust.
It got me
Believe
intrigued,
I didn't
but it didn't
have
get me
any
hooked.
bad
And the
intentions.
leeway got me
It's
hooked.
just
I like how quest is at Mondstadt. Yeah, Mondstadt was like
no point
the
hiding
beginning.
anything anymore.
There's a reason it's
building
called the
I'm trying to
prologue.
commission you for is not
Throwing them
really a
cannons was pretty
personal
nice,
residence
yeah.
for me, but rather a library for children.
But
living in the
also,
desert.
they totally messed up Ningguang. She should have been a 5-star.
Library? Funded entirely by yourself. shouldn't this be the responsibility of the academia? I've heard that the academia will be looking to prioritize the desert with the allocation of educational resources and materials. It sent over a large shipment of regular goods just last month.
You're right, and I was aware of these happenings as well. I just figured what I want to do is a separate effort from what's already being done by the academia. The desert is too vast.
So aim for Madam Ping
Even
banners.
if the academia spends a
Madam
lot of
Ping?
effort trying to disseminate knowledge in those parts, it
I know
might
Cloud
still take
Retainer might be
decades,
coming.
if not centuries,
Might.
to reduce the educational gap
Cannot
that already
confirm.
exists between the two regions. And what's more, I don't know if the academia would ever reverse its stance in the future. All I know is
Well, considering
that
the
as a desert
Archon is back
dweller,
out of the
we
prison
should
she
not
was
wait
left in,
passively for good things
I
to
think
happen
it's
to
going in a
us.
good direction.
If we only did that, we'd never be able to stand up and hold our heads high. I don't have much longer left on this world, so I just want to use whatever time I have to contribute something to my homeland.
Why don't you just tell us that from the start?
I didn't want you to know that I came from the desert.
Why?
I've lived in the desert my entire life, and there wasn't anyone here that I could trust. I figured I needed as much safety as I could get.
To the point that you even disguised your identity? That's certainly taking playing it safe to the next level. Hold on. Don't tell me you've also been scammed before.
When I first came to Sumeru's city, I brought a lot of Mora, hoping to find an architect that I could work with. Someone agreed to take on the project, and even took a sum of Mora from me, but then disappeared without a trace. After that, I heard that there are a lot of untrustworthy people in this business. Some would run as soon as they've been paid, while others would deliberately use expensive materials and take a cut of the construction funding.
Oh.
I spent a while collecting information in the city, and eventually learned that you're the most famous architect in all of Sumeru. I figured that you wouldn't need to make Mora by scamming people, so I decided to reach out to you. By the way, how did you know I was scammed? I don't think I've ever mentioned that to anybody.
Just a hunch. A while ago, I accepted an offer to work on a project in the desert, and was also scammed out of a large sum of
Wait.
Mora.
Wait.
I ran into someone who was living in a
Wait.
pretty run-down house. I noticed a load-bearing wall on the verge of collapse, and suggested that I build a new house for him.
Wait. Did Dory scam this guy as well? Like, please. I have my dog in my room, but he hates it in my room and barks at me because he wants to go to my brother. Why don't you let it go to your brother? Why don't you let your dog go to your brother then? I only have Nahida amongst the Archons. I have all the Archons because they're iconic. Sorry, I had to do that. My intention for the game at the moment is just to make sure I have all the Archons as they come out. I'd also like to get their weapons as well, but seeing what happened with Nahida, let's not let's hope, but let's not like expect. Wow, Void Mega Ho. Oh, excuse me. Excuse
He said that
me.
he had no way to pay for
This
it,
is a
so I loaned him some of my
PG-13
own
chat.
Mora,
I'm
and told
joking,
him
it's
to get
not,
some
but
stone and timber from the
it's like
local
16.
vendors.
I'd say
Soon after
14,
that,
something like that.
I found out that he had gone gambling with all the money
Ooh,
and
excuse me.
lost everything, down to the last coin.
Ooh. Not in my
After
PG-13
that,
chat.
He even borrowed more from me twice more, using a different excuse each time. I didn't even suspect him of any wrongdoing until he hired a group
Are you
of
being
mercenaries
Peggy in
and tried
chat?
to ambush me in his own house.
Pop in, please. Bringing Peggy. What?
According to him, I looked like an easy target because I was an academia scholar who didn't have any family or friends in the desert. What kind of person would just look at someone else and think, this guy looks like an easy target?
Wait, who is this guy that we're talking about?
Those kinds
it's
of things do
Dory.
happen every once in a while, yes. Folks like him are the exact reason why us desert dwellers' reputation have gone down the drain. I must apologize to you on their behalf.
Oh, Peggy. Oh, like the game. Right.
It's all right.
the game
You were also
classification.
scammed
It
by
was now
someone
what
from
about
Sharwar,
yeah.
after all.
Peggy 18.
I should apologize to you on their behalf.
Eh?
Ultimately, neither of our experiences had anything to do with the desert or the rainforest. People who are new to an area are always easy targets for criminals.
Bad people are everywhere.
Yeah, you'll find both good and bad people everywhere. I can't understand the logic of those who like to take advantage of others, but I have to accept their existence as a fact of life.
Oh,
Anyway, I digress.
let's put auto back
Let's
on.
return to the topic at hand. Did you keep rejecting my designs because you thought I was deliberately using expensive materials to take a cut as a middleman?
Because a friend
That's
from
what
my
I was
brother is
afraid
there,
of
and he's
initially.
erratic against
Yes.
dogs.
I eventually
So that's why he
understood
needs to
that
be
you
mad.
weren't out
Aw.
to cheat me.
That's sad.
But unfortunately, I still
I understand
don't
the
have
situation.
nearly enough Mora to pay for the design you proposed. I've done the math.
We don't
and
have
know that
dogs
we
here,
should be
but that's
able to
mainly
make
because
it
my
if we
like
cut some
parents
corners.
didn't want dogs.
However, after our
Well, no, my
conversations,
dad wanted
I can
dogs because
see
he
that
lived
you're
with dogs when he
passionate
was
about
growing
your
up.
design.
But my mum
I'm
doesn't want
quite
dogs
fond
because
of
she's
the
like, oh
proposal as
well,
well.
I'll end up looking after
So,
it.
I decided to try and see if I can afford your proposal as is. I've been looking for work every day, and in another month, I should be able to cobble together enough Mora to meet the budget.
By cobble together, you mean you're going to spend your entire life savings on this project? But then, what will you do if something unexpected comes up, and you find yourself stuck with no emergency
Every time I think of
fund?
Kaveh.
To be honest, I haven't really thought about that. I mean, when you've lived to be my age and something happens, you can't really call it unexpected anymore. All I want is to build this library before I leave this world, so that the children of the future would have some books to read,
Aww.
and the desert dwellers would be able to learn their letters and pick up some practical knowledge.
You seem really passionate about this
A
project.
while ago, I heard that the academia had decided to recruit a number of exceptional children from the desert. Of course, this is welcomed news. But as someone who's spent their entire life in the desert,
This
I
guy's so
still
cute.
have a few concerns. I know the desert life and can predict what the problems will be. Many children from the desert have had neither the interest nor the proper environment to learn. So even if the academia would take them in, once they enter the halls, they might find themselves surrounded by other children who look and act very differently from them. And as a result, they might become socially isolated.
Yes, I can imagine that. My father passed away at an early age. Even though I had a good number of friends during my years at the academia, for some time, I still sensed many critical looks in my direction.
Your dog is
I'm
asleep.
sure a
Aw,
child
what kind of
coming all
dog
the
is
way from the
it?
desert will have an even harder time. But let's bring this back to the building itself. I think you said that you want
Oh,
this building to
sorry,
be
I missed your
quiet and
message,
warm,
Ray.
with its
After I get
doors
C6
serving as a
Kazar,
solid
I'll pull for
barrier
all
to block out the
Archons, and then I'll
sound
save for
fury
C6 days.
outside,
Oh
and
my
allow one
god.
to focus on the book in our
Dainsliff is
hands.
like the character
Building it
that I
according to the
definitely
current plan will
want
be quite
that is
costly.
gonna come out
Even
in
if
a
I don't charge you
long,
any commission fees,
like at the
I
end
don't
basically.
think we'd be able to keep it under your budget.
He's someone who I want.
Any ideas on what we can do?
Can we try a slightly different style? Would any other merchants be willing to sponsor the project?
Sponsor the project? You mean convince wealthy merchants to join our cause?
I
and
play on
pool their
mobile,
money
so
together
rip
to build the
storage.
library? That does make sense.
Hey, I have it on my
Library is a
mobile
big
too.
project, and it's going to be hard to
I have it on my
fund with just
tablet
a
as
single
well.
person's Mora. What do you think? If we can find others to sponsor the project, we could potentially increase the size of the building 2- or 3-fold.
It's all fine with me, but where do you think we'll be able to find these sponsors?
Well, you're right. If I really think about
Oh
it,
no,
I'm not
please
too familiar
no!
with many big-name
Please!
merchants.
Not Dory! That's right, we don't know that this has happened.
Her? Hard pass. With her shrewd and greedy personality, she would never put Mora into something like this.
Maybe she can connect us with some of her contacts.
Now there's an idea. She
I love how
probably
he's
won't
like,
say no if
immediately,
all she'll
nope,
need to do is to
nope.
make some introductions instead of spending Mora. Let's go and pay her a visit.
Oh, okay. Now he's like, oh, let's go pay her a visit after just being like, no, we're not dealing with her. Only have 10 gigabyte left. Plenty of room. Plenty of room for the rest of Genshin. Like, imagine, oh, well, I imagine it's probably gonna exponentially, like, take up more space. But also, I reckon there's gonna be a point where they're gonna be like, okay, we need to figure out a better way to store, like, do the storage with this. Kaveh's gonna be scammed. Girl, he's already been scammed by Dory already. Like, this is Dory's house, but this is also his magnum opus. And he got scammed by Dory out of all of his money, and now he's in debt. Because he used personal funds to fund the project. Like an idiot.
Oh, now here are some unexpected guests. What brings you to the Palace of Alcazar's Ray? When I saw Kaveh, I almost thought it must be that time of month again. Sadly for me, I must wait a few more days before I can collect my shiny Mora.
Hey, can't you think of something else for a change? You are literally living in an objet d'art, and yet your mind is still fixated on nothing but Mora?
Girl.
What is the point of wealth, anyway? Is your happiness entirely dependent on your hoard of cold,
Girl, read her
emotionless
lore.
That's exactly right. Mora is extremely valuable, you see. If you don't keep your mind on it, your Mora may just find its way to somebody else's pocket.
The way she has, like,
Ask me, this place
dungarees
is still way too empty.
is hilarious.
Give me some
I
time,
love it.
and I'll fill it to the brim with lots and lots of Mora.
You're hopeless.
Let's get back to why we're here.
Oh, so you have an actual reason to visit me? All right.
We would like to
let's go.
ask for your help in introducing us to some merchants.
Merchants? Why? Is there some
Oh
kind of
god, she's
business
like, I want part of this.
Oh, I see. So you're just looking for someone to help you fit the bill.
Yeah.
I knew you wouldn't be interested in something like
Girl,
this.
calm
Still, you
down.
wouldn't
She hasn't
refuse
said
just
anything
making some
yet.
introductions for us, would you?
Sure, I can connect you with some folks, but with every service comes a fee, you know.
A fee? You mean just for introductions?
Of course.
It's Dory.
Introductions means using my connections and putting my reputation on the line. Why wouldn't I charge a fee for something so important? And since we've known each other for so long, though, I'll give you a huge returning customer discount.
500,000 Mora.
How about
Dory's voice in Japanese is so
500,000
goofy. It
more?
really is.
500,000? I guess that's okay. But why are you charging a fee before we've even secured any funding? That just doesn't seem right. Besides,
How else
by
do you think
helping
she
us
wants
out, you'd be
Mora?
doing a great service to the public. Can't you take your mind off your Mora even for just 1 second and focus on something far more important?
Oh.
Very well. Since you're so passionate about this project, I'll help you out and waive the introduction fees. 3 of my business partners came by earlier today to discuss some things with me, and they still haven't left yet. I'll arrange a meeting for you.
The way her,
Just
like,
so we're
little
clear, it'll be up to you
thing
to
is
present
like
your
a
project and discuss any deals.
tie. I think it's very cute.
Thank you so much.
You can wait here. I'll bring them over to you.
Thank you, Dory. The way, like, we're in Dory's pocket. No, rather, Dory's in our pocket. Like, she will do anything for us.
Dory gave
But we
us
don't know
a
why.
brief introduction about the two of you. You are Kaveh, the renowned architect, and you are the traveler. Practically all of Teyvat has heard of you by now.
Yeah.
To be frank, I don't feel like there's an obvious business opportunity here. But since Dory took the time to introduce you, we can spend some time to have a conversation. So, let's hear your idea.
All right, here's the situation. I've been commissioned to build a library in the desert, with the intended goal of allowing the desert dwellers to have more access to reading materials.
So it's a public welfare project.
Correct.
Your dog is a mini Australian
then the
Shepherd.
commission fees will
Oh,
likely
that's
be
so
very
cute.
low. You should be careful.
I'm not too concerned about how much I'll get for the commission fees, actually. I'm fine with doing it for free. I just want to get this project rolling as soon as possible. We're just a little short on funding.
So what? You can't possibly expect that we just cover the shortfall for you. Besides, what does a library in the desert have to do with us? If you want to build it yourself with your own Mora. Seems simple enough to me.
Hey, there's no need to be so harsh. They are Dory's associates after all. Here, can you tell us a bit more about what we can gain from sponsoring this project?
I feel like this is like a one-way situation where if we pick one, they're gonna love it. If we pick a different one, they're not gonna love it. You can get the naming rights to the library. You can get Kaveh's client to advertise your businesses in the desert.
So we'd mostly be doing it for reputation and exposure? There is some value to that. It could make doing business in the desert a bit easier.
Well, just speaking for myself, I've got nothing in the desert.
I also have a concern. It feels like there's not much to profit from in the short term. But in the long term, the reputation gain also doesn't sound like it'd offset the cost of the sponsorship.
Then how about this? What if, instead of building a single library, we commit to an entire complex of buildings dedicated to culture and education?
Wouldn't that just cost more?
Yes, but in that case... Mr. Kaveh, please tell us what you have.
Okay, Kaveh, spill.
I'll just give an example. If we were to build a library and a school near Aru Village, then the desert dwellers would gradually begin to migrate towards the area. A whole suite of buildings will be able to host more traffic, and thus drive the economic development of the entire area. In turn, that would lead to direct business opportunities. I've been to the desert several times. Although there are still many lingering tensions between the two regions, the amount of interaction has been steadily increasing, and in the long term, the desert will only become more and more important to Sumeru.
You do have a point.
He's so...
Education in the desert is indeed an industry that has not been tapped into. If we can be the first to place stakes in the area.
And you just believe anything he tells you?
Even the greenest amateurs know that urban planning will affect population flow. If you don't believe me, you can ask anyone on the street to confirm it to you.
You don't seem to think about your questions very thoroughly before speaking.
Hey, why are you starting to sound like Al Haytham?
Wait.
Yes!
It just occurred to me.
Because we love Al Haytham.
Build a library in the desert. Aru Village would obviously be the best place for it. But it seems we're not.
What do you do when you have no resin, no fragile resin, no quests, and max
I
BP?
heard a rumor a while back saying a lot of land and buildings
Play tomorrow?
have already been secretly purchased by a
Literally what I
big
have to
name
do.
merchant.
What?
What?
I just go around and like,
In other words,
if I have anything that I need to like go in the world to get, I'll go and do that. But 9 out of 10, I just log out and go play something else. That's me right now, but I'm too lazy to do quests. Well, if you do quests, you're gonna get more like primos and stuff.
We'll have to deal with a far
Go
larger
explore.
list of problems. It's not impossible.
You said you're
I
AR-50,
suppose,
right?
but-
Do you have anywhere like
Then there's no
100%?
hurry. We can wait for our
Exploration-wise?
more first and get into the market for expansion.
Have you done your reputations this week?
But if you were to do that...
Is there nothing else to discuss? Great timing! I pretty much
No.
heard all I want to hear.
Go work on
If
it.
there are no other urgent matters,
There's like
I'll be
tons to
on
do
my
in this
way.
game.
I'll be off as well. If you have
I'm
any new
slightly worse
ideas,
than
please
you.
feel
I've
free to
maxed
reach
my
out.
BP. I have no
Seems like the
quests.
others are not
I just have
interested in
Kaveh's
funding
thing.
this, so no point in me
I
doing this
only
on
can
my
do
own.
events, farm for like things in the world, or like use my resin, which is capped at the moment. So
What can I say? I guess it went somewhat as expected.
can't find any more
Our
chests or
Dory's
sealer.
friends, after
See
all.
these?
As soon as they heard that there's not much
It's.
more in this.
I'm gonna give you a
realm,
tip.
lost
If you
all
haven't
interest.
100% in the world, but you can't find any chests, it's not chests you're looking for. It'll be either
Yeah,
puzzles, or it'll
it's
be
just
those
another
little
day
like
doing
stone
business with
mounds
people.
that you can find,
I
or there'll
can
be
never
like
get used to
wooden
that.
boxes in the ocean or
People never
water.
think of anyone other than
I
themselves.
did my reputation already in
Looks
all
like we'll have to
regions.
figure out some other way to get the funding. Let's go.
How did the meeting go? Want to talk about it?
Ooh. So 2 of them are in the project. Is the other one that isn't?
Oh, where did all that passion go from earlier? I take it you weren't able to find a sponsor for your project?
Please don't tell me that you're here to mock us.
What kind of person do you take me for? Would the kind and generous Lord Sangama Bay really do such a thing? I will say, though, I more or less expected this outcome even before I introduced them to you. You can try to talk up the project all you want, but
A 3 for every region, right?
this project is
3
high
what?
investment with slow returns. No sane person
3
would put their money
bounties.
into this.
You can do 3
This
weeklies
isn't
a
just
week.
a business project,
So that's 3
right?
bounties, and then that's
Also,
3
if you already knew
missions.
no one would want to partner
My
with us,
personal
why did you
recommendation
still
is
try
to
charge me
do
500,000
3
mora?
quests
You
and
scammer.
3 bounties in one region, just to get the maximum amount until you get to level 10, and then you can go somewhere else, do the same.
I'll pay back every last coin that I still owe you, but that's a completely different matter.
Alright, since you're so devastated about this, I'll set you up for dinner with another big-name merchant.
Oh.
In fact, I'll be inviting the most famous merchant in all of Sumeru, so I'll be counting on your performance.
What? Really? I would like to sincerely apologize.
I kind of
for my
hate how
attitude
it's
just now.
weekly.
Where would we
Like I did mine in a
meeting
few
this
minutes.
merchant?
Yeah, but that's it.
Oh, I suppose both of you can come.
I mean, it's a weekly. It's not gonna take long. Oh. The way these businessmen look sound kind of like not businessmen. And also we got Kaveh behind us. Yeah, show us work. Oh my god, the walking is so slow.
This is the place.
You said you're going to introduce us to the most famous merchant in Sumeru. Well, where are they?
You still don't get it, huh? The most famous merchant in Sumeru?
It's Lord Sangma Bay.
Huh? So you meant yourself all along? Then why did you bring us here?
Because
Well,
dinner?
I've given it some thought, and that complex of education and culture buildings that you mentioned does hold some promise. It'll be a pretty big war.
I only did the Archon
I'll have to fund
ones.
it all on my own, but that's not really a problem for me.
So the story quests are really good.
Seriously?
All of them are very good.
Where's this generosity coming from
They
so
show a lot
suddenly?
of like
you trying to
lore
scam me
behind the
again?
characters, which is really good, and you get lots of rewards from them by doing them. You've also got hangouts, which is what we're doing now, and they give 60 primos each per. Once you get all the endings, it's 60 primos plus other stuff per character. So you should go and do them all. I recommend it. They give a lot of primos.
I won't charge any commission fees, and I'll take responsibility for the entire project.
Splendid! Then let's sign the contract right away.
Right.
This way, the children of the desert will have some books to read. Their lives should improve a bit after this.
We knew that Dory would be on board with this project. She's always looking to invest in something.
Of course, there are a few things better than
And
using
get
my
her
knowledge
name,
to help
like,
other people
out
change
there.
their fates. I must thank you as well, Dory. I used to say you only cared about Mora, which might have been some prejudice on my part. Sorry for that. I will also try to pay back my debts as soon as possible. Now, let's have a quick discussion. Where would you want the library to be built? That will be the most important building.
There's no rush. I'll provide you with a copy of the deed when we get back. You can just use the address on the document to find the lot.
Huh?
Like a cash
The
cow.
deed?
You don't mean...
So hold on a sec. The person who has been buying up everything around Aru Village was you all along?
Oh my, did I not tell you about that? Yep, yours truly has been buying up all the land. I must thank you for bringing your ideas to me. Before our conversation, I had no idea what to build on all those lots.
I love Dory. She's so chaotic.
This has been a great turn of events. I I didn't put much in and easily got a lot in return.
But what about my
Wow.
commission fees?
Huh? Didn't you waive those yourself? I was just gonna say that to cut costs. We mustn't procrastinate and should start construction as soon as possible. But before I could finish my sentence, you volunteered to waive your commission fees and even promised to take responsibility for the whole project from start to finish.
He really...
Really?
It's obvious that you used every trick in the book to deceive me. You deliberately paused for a long time while talking about the project and kept glancing at me with that menacing look in your eyes.
Huh? You really think so? Well, the contract's already been signed, so there's no point in dwelling on the details.
This is literally what happened with this
I'll pay for
house.
tonight's dinner.
Or the Palace of Alcazar, sorry.
Fine, I'll drop the argument on the commission fees. But since you said you're paying for dinner, I'm going to order the best dishes and booze this place has to offer, and lots of it. Tonight, we're feasting until I've recouped my full commission fees.
Ooh. Girl, never waive your commission fees. Never. Never do it. Because you are going to lose out on a lot. Don't be like Kaveh. Be like Dory. Oh wait, there's a second part of this? Ooh. That's the kind about their strange behavior. Where's the fork in the road then? Okay, we have 2 more endings. Yeah. It's 5 endings, right? We got 2 more endings. We got this one, and then we got 1 more, which is on a completely different route. So, yeah. Yeah.
We meet again.
Huh? What?
That's what
Okay, I'm
we
gonna
want-
skip dialogue until
no
it gets
need
to
for
the
a
point we
believe me.
need.
All right.
A library? I've heard that
A
the-
library?
The desert is too. And what's all I know is I don't have much longer left on this world. I didn't want you to know that I came from the.
To the point that you even.
Why
When
are people
I
like
first
ashamed
came,
of being from the
someone
desert
agreed
at this
to after
point?
that, I heard I spent a
Like, we
while
get there's a lot of like
away.
mistrust
Just a
happening
hunch.
because of the academia's
ago,
formal
I accepted an
management,
offer
but now
from
the
my ran
Dendro
into
are
someone.
comes back
He said that he
involved,
had no
like,
way to pay for it, and after that,
Yeah.
according to him,
Those kinds of.
It's so
ultimately,
weird,
neither
right?
of our experiences had anything to do with the desert or the rainforest.
You're gonna take a
People
nap?
new to the
Okay.
area are always
Gamers
easy
are
targets for
anti-grass. Yeah,
criminals.
touch grass. Bad people are
Yeah,
everywhere.
Anyway,
That's what I was. I've done the math. So,
by
to be honest, all I want is to build this lot. A while ago.
Oh
I
wait,
know
if
the
we're not
desert,
going to
so
see
even if-
Dory, we must be going somewhere
my father has, I'm
else.
sure, a child, but let's bring building it according to the a slightly different style. Give me a minute. Most architects would probably prioritize cutting costs and removing extra features in this situation. Indeed, converting the building into a simple bungalow would solve most of our problems. However, I do not think this would be the best solution. While it's true that the aesthetic value of a building is often viewed as an afterthought, neglecting it has some long-term negative consequences.
Ooh.
It is especially undesirable in this situation, as the library will serve a high number of children, many of whom would have never been exposed to structures that may be considered elegant or beautiful. To completely give up on the more aesthetic design would mean stripping the children of an opportunity to appreciate the beauty of architecture. I share Badawi's sentiments in wanting to preserve a more complex design. However, if we can reduce the ornate aspects of the design while maintaining its fundamental elegance, which is to say we won't touch the arches and stone pillars but make changes elsewhere, this is definitely a first. To make up for the loss of regular details, we would need to put a lot of extra effort into the layout, lines, and color.
I see. Would that really be okay?
It just increases the difficulty of the design. You should feel lucky that out of all the architects in the city, you chose to approach me. Most
Aww.
of the others would have given up on this project by now. As for inspiration, I think I might have something in mind, but I'd need to visit the site to make sure. where do you want this place to be built? Tell me the exact location.
Aru Village. Although it wasn't my childhood home, I think it'll be the best site.
Oh, so we are going to see Dory
Then we
again.
can pay a visit to Aru Village.
Is there something I can do for you? I've already caused you a lot of trouble before, and now you're revising the design again because of me. Which draft are we even on now? It's making me feel terribly guilty.
Let me think. You said you used to be an Eremite mercenary, right? In that case, you could help us clear out some monsters that are blocking the way to Aru Village. We want to keep the roads clear, and reduce the loss of materials during transport to a minimum. If everything goes well, that'll help us save some Mora.
All right, just leave it to me.
Okay, I kind of love
If
that they're
there's
all in
anything
this
I'm good
now.
at, it's clearing out monsters.
Let's
What are you waiting
go.
for then? Let's pack up and get ready to go.
I love this music. Has anyone seen the video of them doing it live? Like this music, the Port Almost music. Like the Sumeru music is iconic. Like all the music in Genshin is iconic, but oh, they did so good.
Most
Maybe we
materials
react
going
to
from
that
the Caravan
later.
Rebat to Aru Village would pass through here. There are a lot of monsters out here today. If you find it hard to keep up, just let us know.
Oh, don't worry about me. This is nothing. I'll be careful, though, and you should do the same.
Mondstadt music is nostalgic. It is. It's also boring. Well, actually, no, that's a lie.
Can't see?
It's not bad.
One with the force. I'll uproot you. Flicker.
I love how like I can do like 10k damage plus with his just his E. Oh, wrong character. I'm so confused when they add in like another character. I just get confused with the buttons. When would you go live again? So I normally go live on Tuesdays and Thursdays, around sort of 1 p.m. my time. But I do want to like vary that a bit and maybe do some evening ones.
I'm fine.
I also do go live on Twitch. So if you do use Twitch, I do go live over there. On Fridays, but we normally do like a little bit of Genshin and a little bit of Honkai Star Rail, and then we go into variety.
Something I picked up when I was young.
You can find the details in the description or ! Twitch
And one day, someone stabbed me
or
in the
!
back.
Socials.
I don't think much of it back then, but with age,
Yeah.
it's caught up to me. Few mercenaries get to enjoy their later years. Failing health tends to take the joy out of reputation and wealth. And many mercenaries never even made much of the latter to begin
Oh
with.
my god, that's wrong.
Is there someone you know who can help to look after you?
Unfortunately, no.
That's wrong. Why is
My
that wrong?
wife passed away at an early age.
I'm
but I
so
don't have any
silly.
children.
Twitch link.
Sometimes I'd close my eyes and
It's
realize
this.
most of my life story has already been written.
Let me
I
double
have
check
many
this
regrets
as well.
about
Hang
my
on.
past, but at the same time, I also know
Oh my god, I'm so
there were
silly.
never many options for me.
It's
in the first place.
wrong.
I
Everything's
joined
wrong.
The Eremites when I was young. and
Okay,
won
try
many
it
battles
again.
with them.
Hold up.
My survival was more a matter of
Save.
luck than actual ability. If at all possible, I want future children of the desert to have some more options in life. I don't
Okay,
want
it's
them
like
to turn
that.
out like me.
It's that one. It's not the
My
Voydec
apologies.
one. It's this one.
The older we get, the more we tend to ramble. Seems like we've already cleared out most
So
of
I
the
changed
monsters.
my... So I came over
Let's hurry
from
over to Aru
Twitch,
Village.
right? And I changed... So Voydec is my original name, so I changed my username on Twitch to that as like a meme.
I think it's really admirable of him
But-
to spend his whole life savings on people he's never met.
But I want to change it back, but Twitch won't let me. It's really annoying. It's like they've like blocked the name for a year or something, so I can't use it. You're also that kind of person, which is why you're helping him.
Perhaps. To clarify, though, I don't think I'm quite the same. Some people call me an idealist. I do have some sentiments of that general persuasion, such as wanting everyone to be able to lead a happy life. But my situation is more complex than that. In the beginning, what drove me to harbor those thoughts was less idealism and more a desire to make up for a sense of guilt. When I was young, I impulsively encouraged my father to take part in the first Inter-Darshan Championship, hosted by the Academia. He set off confidently hoping to win something for me, but failed to clinch the title. What's more, he fell into depression after the competition, and requested to join an investigative research project in the desert. I never saw him again.
Aww.
Word has it that he got caught in quicksand. Even if other factors may have contributed to his death, the fundamental cause still circles back to me. I started doing many
Voydec,
things in
sounds
life because
better.
I wanted to make amends. Even in cases where I couldn't
don't use
do
Twitch.
something for a specific person.
Well, if you ever do
still
decide to
did
make an
whatever I
account,
could.
you're more than welcome to come say
think I
hello
just
over there.
wanted
But yeah, we
to
do
make
like a
myself feel a
variety
little
over
better.
there. It's a little bit different. I'm thinking of moving my we do like viewer wishes over here, which basically what it is people who want some extra like luck, or they want to see like their stuff, their polls for characters and things on Honkai Star Rail or Genshin like showcased on my stream. They can like sign up, and yeah, they sign like a form, and which includes like details about what they want me to wish for, what they want, what currencies they specifically want me to use, what ones to avoid, what they would like me to do as part of a wishing ritual. So if you say, I'll go to this location, play this track while you wish, and then poll, I don't know, throw Dory off a cliff, go to this location, play this track, all of that, and then wish for whatever character you want. We also do that, but I am thinking of moving over to Twitch just because at the moment we're not getting much reception from it here on YouTube, and I feel like there are lots of people on Twitch that I already have like an audience over there, and I moved from there to here, so that I know there are people over there who would consider, they're more likely to consider doing the viewer polls than they are currently on YouTube. Also, every single time we do viewer polls, I end up moving my stream from a Tuesday to a Wednesday, and I feel like that kind of messes up the stream schedule, so people don't like know when I'm streaming because it's so erratic sometimes. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to confirm Tuesdays, Thursdays, we're on YouTube. If we have like a banner coming out, I'll stream on Twitch on the Wednesday, and then we also have the Twitch stream every week on the Friday. And then if I need to do extra ones, I'll do extra ones. Like next week, we're doing an extra one on Monday because it's part of a sponsored segment that we're doing on Friday. It's like the continuation, so.
At this point,
So
even
yeah.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, that's a point.
I've tried self-reflection, but it didn't help.
When we're on Twitch on
I can't seem to
Friday,
walk away from
we'll be
many
doing
things that I see
Genshin,
or
Honkai
hear
Star
about,
Rail,
even
and then
if
we'll
they
be
don't
doing a
directly
sponsor
concern
segment at
me.
the end.
I can't quite pinpoint the source
For a
of
game
it.
called Call of
Maybe
Dragons.
It's just like what those
It's a cute
Vahumana
like
scholars often say. It's hard for
fantasy
people to truly
MMO
understand
style
themselves.
game,
I could be
conquest
doing things out of
game.
endless
You
guilt,
make like a
or I could be
kingdom,
doing
and you
them
like
out of
build up a
strong sense of
city,
empathy.
and you go out and
It could even just be a matter of
make
conceit.
alliances,
The
and
potential motivations could number in the dozens,
I don't know.
but the actions they result in are the same.
You make alliances, you build up
Anyway,
heroes,
I suppose I
you
don't
you go
really
and
mind
fight
being called an
other
idealist.
people in PvP,
They
and it's
also
kind of a
used
cute
that term
game.
to
So,
describe my father. It seemed to
is your
care a few
background
about
Honkai Star Rail?
patience
Yes, it
back when
is.
he was around. I've known Alhaitham for many years now, and discussed my ideology with him for nearly as long. Maybe argued is a better word for it. He told me a long time ago that no matter how strong of a swimmer you may be, you'll still get dragged under by the others who are drowning once you run out of stamina. He believes this is the fate that awaits all idealists. I still believe I should live by my ideals, and I've given him countless reasons why I think it's a good idea to do so. Perhaps my ideals are flawed, but are there really any perfect things in this world? Unfortunately, he remains unconvinced. His personality is the exact opposite of my own. If someone happens to drown next to him, he'll most likely stand on the shore and mumble something along the lines of respecting other people's fates. But as you can see, I'm not the only idealist in the world. Just as there are different seasons, there are also different people. There are many others who will continue
The
to care
way
about
he
the fates of
continuously,
those
no matter
who are
what
not
you
directly
do, he talks
related
about
to them.
Ahitham.
And when I finally run out of
They're definitely
stamina,
doing something in the
someone
bedroom.
will also reach out and bring me back to shore.
Definitely.
Someone will
Yeah.
help me,
It's the Astral Express.
Yes, I've already been helped like that before.
Also, I'm very low down in the frame. Should I have a life preserver at the ready?
Oh, please. It's not like we're actually talking about swimming. Also, just so you know, I actually took a swimming elective back in the day. Don't underestimate my skills.
Oh, he's a
By
swimmer.
the way, I'm feeling much better than when
Did you
first
ever
found
broke
me
a
in the cavern.
bone? No, I haven't ever broken a bone.
Inspiration already welling up inside of me. Maybe this will be just the opportunity I
My
needed
bones
to
are
create
strong.
a whole new style.
They've
All
never
right,
broken.
Let's head to our
I have
village.
sprained an ankle though. Actually no, was it my ankle? I think it was my elbow actually. I sprained my elbow falling off a climbing wall. I literally landed on it, so yeah, of course it's gonna hurt. Okay, we're going into the main village. Oh, I thought I'd go high enough. Oh well. I gotta go now, sorry. No need to apologize. If you gotta go, you gotta go. I hope you have a great rest of your day. I hope to see you again soon. Come say hello on Twitch if you ever get around to it. Otherwise, I'll see you next Tuesday. Actually, next Tuesday's the update, isn't it? I don't know. Maybe we'll do like I've always wanted to go back and watch all of the Ooh, he's getting his suitcase out. I've always wanted to go back and watch all of the like trailers for all of the character demos. So maybe we'll do that on
but it's
Tuesday.
super useful and can help me with a variety of tasks. I'll take Marak and find a suitable location for the building. Once that is done, I'll get to work on a few designs.
Traveler?
Sataria! Oh my gosh.
Ah, you know each other?
Yeah, of course.
Hello. I suppose you must be Kaveh from Kasharwar. I've heard of you before. My name is Sataria, and I'm currently the person in charge of promoting educational assistance programs here in the desert.
Educational assistance programs. Then you must be familiar with the local conditions here.
I can't say I'm too familiar just yet, but if you have any questions, I'll try my best to answer them.
I've been commissioned by Mr. Badawi to build a library in the desert. We've settled on the general design direction, but we are trying to finalize some details based on the conditions around the intended location.
A library? Do you intend to open it to the public for free?
That's right. I want to make sure the children will have books to read.
That's fantastic! I'm sure the children will be thrilled. Right now, we don't have access to many paper books or a quiet place to read. Truth be told, this very thing has been keeping me up at night.
Aww.
Let me get straight to my questions then. Can you estimate the number of children around here who'd be interested in reading? Besides the usual noise of village pedestrians, are there any other sources of noise in the village? Oh, and have any landslides occurred here recently? And also, where are the spots around the village that have been most affected by wind and erosion?
Sataria considers Kaveh's questions and offers her answers.
All right, that should be everything. Badawi, let's go over the budget again. We'll keep the building structure the same, but make the place a little bigger, so it'll be able to hold more people and get better natural light. The parts of the project that cost the most will be the insulation and ventilation materials. I'm sure you understand, no one likes to read in a place that's hot and stuffy. I want to make significant changes to the arrangement of the bookshelves, tables, and chairs. I'll go over the specifics of that shortly. I have 2 plans in mind. Both are pretty minimalist in style, but will provide a very different ambiance from the world outside. Our final cost should be around 70% of the last figure I quoted. The whole thing should take around half a year to complete. Marak has produced a sketch for all of you to see. If everyone's okay with it, then we'll proceed with that as the formal plan.
Show us the plan.
The inspiration just came to me naturally. All I did was put thoughts to paper. I must give you credit, though. If it weren't for your advice and suggestions, I probably wouldn't have landed on this new style so quickly. According to the traditions of my profession, I should probably name this style after you. Let's call it the Traveler style.
No, Voydec style.
Let's look forward to the day when this building is completed and can finally open its doors.
It's Voydec style. It's not Traveler style. It's Voydec style. Oh my god. Look at it. It's cute. We have one more ending. One more ending. And then we've got the event to finish. Okay, y'all. What do we think it's gonna be?
Wait.
Oh, it's gonna be the I don't know option, isn't it? While he's at the tavern. I'm so gutted I didn't get him as a character because I would love to run around and do this mission as him. It is what it is. I broke a bone when I was 6. I was climbing at a playground, but then I fell and my arm was behind my back. With my weight on a hockey stick with my arm. Ooh, ow. I'm sorry. That sounds like it would hurt a whole lot. All I did was fall off a climbing wall from like
Taking this commission was truly the
5 meters off the ground. I don't know specifically how tall I was off the ground. I just know I missed a thing and my foot got stuck. So I like was like trying to reach up,
hey,
didn't miss
I
the
wasn't expecting
thing,
to run
and my
into
foot
you
got
here.
caught.
Actually, while we're on that,
So I was like
what are
sort
you
of
doing here at the
half
tavern?
up, half down, and
Listen to
got pulled
anyone who
down.
says that drinking is an elegant
Okay, we're gonna skip dialogue.
Stress is just an inescapable part of being a working adult. Boss, I'll have a glass of wine. Do you want something too? I'll put it on my tab.
Wine in a glass.
Coming right up.
I know you're already keeping us. That guy. Another glass.
You've got it, sir.
It really is. But perhaps getting. I would spend a lot of time. I suppose that all of this makes.
Here's your drink.
Boss.
The meaning of. Anyway,
What do you think? No worries. It was just. It's been bothering me for a while. Even
Okay.
when I'm awake, the question haunts me like a bad dream. I still haven't found a good answer.
I know someone who's like broken their arm like many times that they've basically have to live with like an arm brace. Let's do something else and clear your
Sounds great
mind.
to me. I don't even want to think about this project any.
How about looking into another career?
Different career.
Oh.
I see.
Oh yeah, this is
Not
the
a
way.
bad idea.
This is the way.
I think I've heard a saying somewhere before. 80% of a working adult's woes are due to not having enough mora in the bank.
They have banks.
It's just a saying. of
I love
course,
it
but
to watch your
even
stream.
I will admit that my
Thank
life would be a
you.
lot better
It's
if
a
I
very
could make
chill
additional
atmosphere.
mora. And if
It
I
gets
want
very
to make
wild
mora,
though when it gets to
I should finish that
wishing.
ridiculous commission.
I'll be honest.
But I
But yeah,
really
most of the
can't find
time
it
we're
in me
very
to go
chill
back and talk
and
to him right now. Hold on.
yeah, we enjoy the
Just
game
remembered that I used to have a senior classmate by the name
and
of
kind of
Alcana.
converse about things.
If
which
memory
is cute.
serves me right, he's no longer taking private commissions, but he's still
Yeah,
doing
thank you for
pretty
saying
well
that.
for himself. Maybe I'll be able to get some advice from him.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I should get on this right away. No more wine for me today.
Wait, how many
grab the
endings
bill
is
and be
this?
on
Is
my
5
way.
or 6? I thought it was 5. Is it 5 or 6? Hold up. 5. Okay. This way. So I think the next person we add to my friendship party. So I have a friendship party and it's basically dedicated to doing dailies and things like that. Ooh. And so Ayaka can be switched out now, but I need to figure out who I'm going to put in. I have like a list of people who I need to add and work on. So maybe we look at that in a little bit. And then we figure out who we're going to do after that. I might load it up now.
Ah, Kaveh, it's you.
Kaveh.
It's been a while. What have you been up to recently?
Yeah, it's been a long time, Alkami.
Oh my gosh,
Things
she's
haven't
stunning.
changed much for me. I'm still taking private commissions for all kinds of projects.
I heard that you were the genius behind the Palace of Alcazarzaray.
Alcazarzaray.
I bet you're all set for Mora after a project of that size.
Well, it's hard to make a profit from every project, you know?
Hard to make a profit? You've got to be joking. I've never met an architect who didn't make a profit from a project. Unless the client fled before they paid the commission fee in full. But that doesn't sound right either. Doesn't Dory have a pretty decent reputation in our local business circles? I don't think she's ever been involved in any kind of big scandal.
Well, about that. I mean, it was complicated.
I understand. Either way, doing one project after another sure gets exhausting over the years, huh? I've been there, so I can feel your pain. I mean, I obviously never had your reputation to live up to. That must have been stressful. But I'm sure we faced all the same problems. Trying to keep your client in a good mood while you're trying to stop them from micromanaging things they don't know the first thing about. I don't miss it. Thankfully, that's all behind me now.
Did you start a new career?
My work is still closely related to architecture. Judging from the look on your face, you're still strapped for Mora. That's quite unfortunate. You're the most artistically gifted graduate the Kasharawar Darshan has seen in decades. But it looks like you still have a lot to learn in terms of making Mora. With that said, us Kasharawar grads should still look out for each other.
Why is he talking like a frat
What if I
person?
told you
Can I send you a
about
friend
an
request in
idea
Genshin?
that'll
Yeah, absolutely.
absolve you of all
Are you on
your
NA
troubles
servers?
going forward?
Are you serious? But something like that has got to be some kind of top-level business secret. Are you sure you can just share something like that with me? Besides, I don't want to just take something like that without offering anything in return. I still have a little Mora. Or is there something that I can help you with?
Oh, you're too kind. This is just a simple tip. Even if I didn't bring it up, I'm sure you'd hear it from the others sooner or later. The idea is this. I recently opened up a training center with the goal of educating people in architecture design. Compared to the classes taught by those old fossils at the academia, my classes are more condensed and streamlined and will allow people to quickly get their foot in the door. Unlike the academia, I won't turn down anyone who's interested, rich or poor. As long as someone wishes to learn more about architecture, I'll accept them into my training center. It just so happens that I'm still looking for a few more instructors. So, what do you say? Interested in coming over to give a few lectures? Regardless of the pay, I can already guarantee that it'll be far more comfortable than working on random people's private commissions.
Ah, so you want me to join you as an instructor? That does sound like something I'd be able to do.
Got
Seems like a
AR-55
pretty
in
stable
Genshin.
job, too.
Ooh.
What do you think, Traveler?
So you're catching up with me. Actually, you won't have to deal with clients anymore. I think you can give it a go.
It's a deal.
Yes, it's a deal. Thank you, Alkami.
Ow.
Oh, like I said, there's no need to thank me for this. The lecture room is not far from here, so you can just come straight here tomorrow morning. As
Morning.
how about we start at 300,000 mora per lecture?
300,000? Are you serious? How could you offer so much?
It would seem that you're still oblivious to your own economic worth. 300,000 is nothing compared to the prestige of having the Light of Kasharawar as one of my instructors. 300,000 is also just the base rate. Just trust me on this. The longer you stick with me, the more you'll come to understand your true value in the market. I have to go make some preparations now. See you tomorrow.
Why is he giving us
I was
300,000?
never particularly close with Alkami when we were in school. Who would have thought that he'd be so nice and friendly? I've hosted free lectures before, but this would be my first time being hired to lecture for a formal business. 300,000 mora per lecture. Whew. I'm so excited that I'm starting to get nervous.
I'll join you for the lecture.
Thanks so much. I think I will be able to relax a bit more with a friend in the audience.
Aww.
Now, what should I talk about tomorrow? Some lessons I've learned over the past few years? I should probably save those for later. For my first lecture, I should start by getting them more interested in the field. All right, let's meet here again tomorrow morning. I should hurry home and create some kind of lesson plan. If I'm going to become an instructor, I should make sure I show up prepared.
Yeah, you should. But also don't get your hopes up. This feels like a scam. What was it? Like after 7 p.m., 7 a.m., something like that. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do. Ooh. Greater than 30 minutes. All right, we're done. Training center. Uh-oh. When I type your UID in, there's nothing comes up. Oh, which server is you on?
Here so early.
I was up last night preparing for the lecture, but I ended up getting so excited that I couldn't fall asleep. Here, I've prepared a lesson plan. Do you want to take a look?
Lesson plan.
Does your
I must commend
UID
you
start with
for
the number
your dedication.
6?
But the training center has already developed its own set of teaching materials. Instead of using your own plan, you can just use what we have here. Of course, you're always welcome to work in some of your own content to add some fun and flavor.
Joe?
Sure. Be my guest.
No. Sorry. No worries.
It's almost time for the
So
lecture to start.
your UID would
Feel
have
free
to start
head
with the
in
number
and Start the
6.
class whenever you're ready.
Huh. So you've already developed your own set of teaching
Whereabouts in the world are you
materials.
from?
Seems like I won't need the stuff I've prepared after all.
Are you from the
Anyway,
UK
shouldn't be a problem. I'll just go ahead and use your materials.
or Europe?
There's something else I want to ask, though. This isn't going to be a large class, is it?
No need to stress. There are only 20 people in this class. There are 14 classes at my training center. Out of all of them, the first class has the best grades, so I've directed them to you. We'll see how well they take to your lectures.
20 people, huh? All right. I think I can handle that.
Oh, and one last thing. In the interest of keeping a quiet learning space, only instructors and students are allowed in the classroom when class is in session. I'm sorry to say this, but your friend will have to wait outside while you teach the class.
It's okay. I was thinking about taking a walk anyway.
Sorry about that. I'll meet you at the door when the class is over then.
My UID starts with a 7. Oh, so you're in the European servers, so we can't be friends. Unfortunately, they don't have cross-platform.
Hey there. Can I help you?
What's it called? They don't have like cross-platform, cross-continent things for some reason.
Well, Kami, You mean that rich guy who's been making
I mean, you
quite the
can
name for himself?
try adding my European
Yeah,
account. I
he
just don't go
commissioned
on
a
it
set of
that much.
furniture from me a while back. Paid a great deal of mora for it too. I heard he earned a fortune working as a renowned architect. Now he's opened a training center so others can follow in his footsteps.
Mm-hmm.
If the tuition wasn't sky high, I'd enroll my child in a heartbeat. Architecture really sounds like a lucrative profession.
Uh-huh. I don't like the sound of this.
Did you hear? Alkami recruited Kaveh to be an instructor.
I bet that'll boost his enrollment numbers.
Oh.
Really makes you jealous, eh? If you think about it, Alkami was never that talented himself as an architect. If we're just talking about professional skill, no one would pay for a class with him.
That's true, but you've got to admit, his advertisements are really effective. After all, the academia only admits those that can pass its entrance exam. So only a few people could hope to study architecture in the halls of the Kashar War. For those who can't pass the exam, or who just want to jump straight into the industry, the training center is the best bang for the mora.
Man, to have that kind of business acumen.
Dum, 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 dum. Ooh.
All right, everyone. There's no need to be nervous. Class is over, so we can just chat for a bit. I shouldn't have lost my temper during the lecture. Did I scare anybody?
Is there any chances that I could ever send you a friend request? No. I mean, you can add, so if you look at the second number that says Europe, you can probably add that one. That is my European account, but it's not as developed as this one. It's like my free to play that I just it sits and does things. It well, not does things.
So I flipped through some pages and gave them a closer look.
But
the more I read, the more upset I became.
yeah, for this account you won't be able to add me, unfortunately.
He can't fool anyone who's active in our profession. The materials he made are completely useless for teaching real architecture.
Why would you say that?
In my opinion, the most important skill of an architect is their ability to craft a design. In other words, they must be able to conceptualize ideas. There are tens of thousands of buildings in the world, as well as a countless number of architectural styles. Some designs emphasize aesthetics, while others prioritize practicality. The architects who can critically evaluate the quality and fit of different designs are those who can come up with great designs of their own. But you won't get any of that from the teaching materials they're using here. All these students are doing in class is rote memorization of existing designs. They are learning nothing about the underlying principles. How can they expect to become real architects? When they're done with this class, all they'll become are dilettantes with a pitiful smattering of architectural knowledge.
But Mr. Kaveh, we didn't really understand anything you said after you threw away the materials either. What's the big deal anyway? It's not like we're looking to make some works of art. We just want to make some mora.
You're studying architecture to make mora?
Yeah. Why else would we be studying here? My biggest dream is to become someone like Mr. Alkami. Once I finally make my fortune in architecture, I'll be able to buy anything I like.
Right.
In that case, I'm afraid you'll probably be disappointed. The reality is that the work of an architect is very difficult, and the pay is not lucrative at all. Believe me, I'm a perfect example.
But how? Mr. Alkami just told us last night that you made a killing by building the Palace of Alcazarzaray. He also said that as long as we graduate from his class, waves upon waves of people will reach out to us with private commissions, and we can just sit back and wait for Mora to fill up our pockets. It won't be long before I can put these miserable days behind me.
Come on. And you all believed everything he said?
But Mr. Alkami is really rich, isn't he?
You... It's pointless trying to argue this with you right now. You've already filled your heads with pipe dreams. Let's go, traveler. Let's hear about Alkami's true plans from the man himself.
Ooh. So that was bad.
What's wrong, Kaveh?
What will
look
happen
quite
if I
flustered.
switch servers?
Did one of my students offend you?
So you'll just start from the beginning again. You won't have any of the characters that you had on that server. But you can't like switch servers. It's just starting up a new server. So all the stuff will still remain on the server that you currently play on. You'll just be starting a new playthrough on the new server.
Some knowledge has been passed on. That's good enough.
But you won't have any of the characters you have. You won't. I mean, you'll be able to wish on the account, but it'll be wishing from nothing. Yeah.
We both know that an architect's life is hard and exhausting. Just a little while ago, I was toiling over.
So it depends. Do you want to like play through the story again and like experience it kind of differently, or what do you want to do?
And the longer a project goes, the longer it takes for you to get paid in full. What's worse, if your client disappears in the middle of a project, good luck getting anything from them ever again. You know all of this just as well as I do. Why lie to them?
Look, Kaveh, you may be the light of Ksharawar, but like I said, you still have a lot to learn about making Mora. You may deny it all you want, but it's a fact that in today's Sumeru, architecture is a terrible profession. Our clients care very little for the effort we pour into our designs. Instead of appreciating us, they spend all their time nitpicking details and demanding changes, often forcing all kinds of ridiculous ideas onto us.
To be fair, after playing all the other endings, this one seems like he's being stupid. I can switch any time back to the server where I have other characters. Yeah, you can switch any time.
Than a person who still wants to make a good living.
Yeah, so for the same login, you know, like at the bottom it says like server Europe. If you click that,
Why not just establish a training center and train other people to become architects in our stead?
if you click that,
How does that make any sense?
you can click America, Asia, and like Hong Kong, Korea,
The more people we can lead into this
Australia,
stack as padding beneath our feet,
Taiwan.
the more comfortable our lives
You just click a different one of those. America's probably, if you're wanting to be on a server with me, America's the one you want. But yeah, you just start a new playthrough on there.
That's right. And making money as an architect is a slow and agonizing
Excuse me a
process.
second.
In comparison, earning tuition from a training center is far easier. None of the students will ever know, however. In their eyes, all of my income was earned during my years as an architect. It's easy for them to fall for my promise. After all, everyone wants to live the dream of being the person who can spend millions without batting an eye. The more students I get, the more money I earn. And the more real that dream becomes.
And then what? Once they graduate, they'll still find out the truth about architecture and struggle to stay afloat amid all the problems we already talked about. When that happens, your facade will pop like a soap bubble. No one will believe you anymore.
Ah, but that's just one way to look at the problem. No two people have the same amount of talent. Even if they fail to strike gold in the future, you can't say that it's my fault and mine alone. Oh, and also, I never actually promised that they would achieve financial freedom as long as they become architects. All I did was nudge them towards that belief. I'm not even scared if they do come back and stir up trouble. My training center has all the required permits and certifications. Even the Dendro Archon herself couldn't find fault in any part of my business.
How can you sleep at night knowing that you're doing all this? Tell me, is your heart carved out of brick and stone? I can't believe that I once saw you as a decent human being. I am beyond disappointed in you.
And that same goes to
Sorry about that.
How many years has it been since you
But yeah,
graduated
in the
from
server menu, you
academia?
can also just like
If
switch
you
back.
still can't accept something
Sorry,
like
someone was
this,
cooking off spices and it was making me cough, so I had to close the door downstairs. So I can start like a new account on America and then I can switch back to Europe. Yeah. You'll still have all your characters, your friends on the Europe side.
Art is just another business. Being successful at running a business is an art form in itself. I urge you to think about what I've said. Offloading your pain onto others is the only way a person can live comfortably in this world. As the light of the Ksharowa, you've accumulated plenty of fame and respect. It's high time that you use those resources to improve the circumstances of your own life. Think it over, Kaveh. I still believe our collaboration could be very fruitful.
Yeah, it could be, but it's also deception. He's gone.
I'm so mad. I feel a headache coming on. There's nothing more I can say to him. I'll resign from my position as instructor.
You give up the Mora? Absolutely.
Of course. I'm sure you've realized that as long as I remained at this center, he would be able to use my name to advertise this place.
Start a new account so I can send you a friend request.
Others will
Aww.
be deceived and suffer because of me.
You don't have to do that.
Right about one thing, though. These kinds of training centers are everywhere. And even if the academia was to find out about it, it's unlikely that they would take.
It is annoying that
action against
Hoyoverse
it.
splits it all into
most
different
that they could accuse
servers,
him of
but
is false
honestly, it's
advertising.
okay.
Even that would
It's
be hard to
better
prove.
having access to everything in some form within one account.
Oh?
So,
Did you notice something else?
didn't appear to be very wealthy.
Yeah, you've got a point. The rate he gave me was 300,000 mora per lecture. That probably came out of the students' tuition. And who knows just how much he's been charging the students for attending his classes. If you're gambling everything on making it rich as an architect, are you really going to have the mora to pay for that kind of tuition?
We can try asking the students.
Right. We should hurry. The students didn't believe a word I was telling them. They're still daydreaming about making millions. We're never going to get any information from them again if we let Alkami talk to them first. Let's move now before he's had the chance to react.
Quick!
Oh, Mr.
My best friend in Genshin is
What are you
AR58.
doing
Ooh.
Class
One
finished
above
a while
me.
ago, but you're still here.
I'm actually almost at
Why haven't
58,
you
I
gone
think.
home?
Only like
I
another
wanted to stay for a little longer.
100,000
I'm still
XP or
thinking about
something.
everything you taught during the class. Even though a lot of it went right over my head, I still thought the houses you drew were really pretty.
Of course they were. All the examples I drew were world-famous landmarks. Each one was the magnum opus of a celebrated architect. It's a good thing that you could recognize them for their beauty. The accumulation of knowledge is the first step to artistic expression. Instead of rote memorization, you should try to relate and to understand. And after that, try to resonate with the work.
Her name is Lydia. Wait, like the Skyrim character?
Yes.
That's cute.
When I first got into architecture, there were many things about it that I couldn't understand at all. I would find a building to be beautiful, but have no idea what made it so good. And for most people, just being able to admire a building is enough. To become a good architect, however, you must also learn to assess and appraise. Going from admiration to assessment will take a lot of time and specialized knowledge, and I'm afraid that some superficial speed training won't be enough to take you there.
Just as I thought. Becoming an architect won't be as easy as Mr. Alkami made it out to be, right?
This kid is very smart.
I'm sorry. I'm not trying to crush your dreams. All I want to tell you is that an architect's life is not as carefree and easy as others may make it out to be.
I understand. Thank you for telling me the truth, Mr. Kaveh. I think I'll still stay here for the time being, though, since my family still hasn't paid
I'll have to chat
everything
with you.
off.
Thank you.
Paid off what?
Sorry, I can't say anything more. Mr. Alkami made it very clear that anyone who talks about it will be kicked out of the class.
Don't listen to him. I am the most famous architect in Sumeru. If he kicks you out, then I'll just take you in instead.
Really?
Why would I pull your leg? I can see you have some talent. So as long as you get your fundamentals down, you should be able to pass
Kaveh is the
entrance exam
sweetest, I
and continue your
swear.
studies at the
He's so
academia.
cute. He's so lovely.
Please keep this a secret for me, Mr.
Why
Kaveh.
did he escape me?
Truth be told, my family is not very well off, so we couldn't really afford the tuition for this class. Mr. Alkami was the one who reached out to my parents. He told them that he knew a merchant by the name of Bahar and that we could get a loan from him.
Bahar?
He told all the students that once we graduate, people would come flocking to commission us for projects. If everything went well, we'd be able to pay off everything in just a few years, and all the more we make after that would be ours.
So student
How much
debt.
did your family borrow from this merchant?
I think it was several million mora.
Oh dear.
And what was the interest rate?
I'm not really sure. My parents were the ones who signed the contract. All I know is that the stack of papers was as thick as a slab of rock.
Something doesn't feel right about all of this.
Yeah, I have a bad feeling too. Something about the whole thing feels dastardly familiar.
Dory!
We need to find that merchant to confirm. But if we were to confront him right now, there's no way he'd admit to anything.
Potential customers we can be.
Good idea. Hey, tell me, do you know where we'd be able to find this merchant?
We last saw him on the north shore of Port Ormos. Who knows if he's still in that
Can I
area
switch
now.
easy back to Europe, or do I need to type a password or something? No, you just... So within the account...
No. The arts shouldn't be used as bait for a scam. We need
So
to
you
do
know where,
something
like,
before
the
students'
door
lives are
comes
ruined
up and it
even
says your,
further?
like, thing at the top, and then at the bottom it's, like, click to continue, and then down the bottom it has, server, Europe. I can just show you really quickly, actually. So on this screen, yeah, it says, here it will say Europe, right? So if you click here, data will not be shared across servers, confirm. And you click begin again, start game, click to begin. It will take you into that new server and will start a new playthrough. To get back, you just have to quit back out to this, click this again, go back to the server that you were on, click OK, and then go back in again. No need to retype passwords, nothing like that. The only time you need to retype a password is if you have, if you sign up with a different email with a different password, and then you can log in that way. That's all you have to do. No one knows those to be so noisy.
Oh, I don't think I've ever seen you guys before.
Are you here for business?
You're Fahar, right?
Yes. May I ask who introduced you?
Do you have an account on
Alkami.
Europe? Yes, I do.
My friend here wants to enroll in his architecture class.
But it's not-
But they're a bit short on money.
It's AR
Alkami
21,
told us you're the
23,
man
something
to
like
go
that.
to in this kind of situation.
I'm really interested in architecture.
Oh, sounds like his business is booming. How much do you need?
Let me see. I'd say around 3 million mora.
Oof. You call that a bit short on money? Anyway, since you're here because of Alkami, I can work things out for you. Make sure you sign the contract, though. Lots of people are borrowing money from me nowadays.
What contract?
Here you go. Don't worry, there's nothing particularly unusual about it.
Nothing.
All you need to do is pay back the loan in full within 3 years.
So it's student
And
debt.
what if they won't be able to pay it back?
What do you mean, won't be able to pay it back? Once you graduate from Alkami's place, you'll be making millions of mora a year. Easy! At that point, paying this off will be a piece of cake. And even if you were to run into some difficulties and need to delay the installments, it's no big deal. We're all reasonable people here. If you can't pay quickly, you can just pay it back over a longer period. All that would change is your interest rates would get a little higher. It's hard work running a business. If we're taking risks to supply you with mora, it's only fair that you take on a bit of the financial risk as well. Anyway, there's no point in tying yourself in knots over the contract. With the way you're reading every single line, it's like you're worried you're about to get scammed out of your whole life savings. Why would I lie to you? Tons of students at Alkami's place have signed the contract. Aren't they all doing pretty well for themselves?
I just did some calculations in my head. When you say the interest will get a little higher, do you mean it'll get higher than 30%? Of course, the contract did a great job of trying to obfuscate that fact. It only listed the amount that you'll have to repay every day, which gives the false impression that the amount hasn't actually increased by all that much. If you actually do the math, however, it's clear that the amount you need to pay on interest alone will amount to hundreds of thousands of mora per year. Most people can't even make that much mora in a year. Your greed really knows no bounds. Even my creditor doesn't dare to raise rates that high. Once a family's signed on to a scheme like this, there's no getting out.
What are you trying to say, huh?
The Marcher will happily answer that question.
I figured something was off when two well-dressed people came looking for a loan. Think you got the better of me? Too many people are sticking their noses where they don't belong these days. Luckily for me, though, this is a pretty secluded spot. Hey, come out and teach these guys a lesson!
Wow.
Eremites? I've already fought off more than my fair share of them when I was working in the desert. There are only a few of them, so they shouldn't pose much of a threat. Marak, you're up!
The way Marak is basically his weapon.
Feeling lucky today? Ha! Long the tongue can't see. Take that! Your sins weigh upon your soul. Where do you think you stay condemned? Your penance is due.
Last one.
Guilty.
Nice. Doesn't Sino look cute?
Who are you and what do you want? I don't think we've done anything to hurt or offend you. So why go this far to destroy my livelihood?
Debt has the power to upend your whole life. I know very well just how miserable living in debt can be. But my debts are the culmination of many different factors, and my interest rate is still somewhat reasonable. As long as I continue to work with my situation in mind, my debts will eventually be paid off. But these students are different. They have neither the mental preparation nor the financial resources to pay back a debt like this. You sold the dreams of becoming an architect to the students as bait, urging them to take on insurmountable amounts of debt to satisfy your greed.
Ha! Everyone knows there's no such thing as a free lunch. It's their own fault for falling into the trap. And if we're going to talk about greed, aren't those students the ones who are blinded by it? They completely ignore the risk that's right there in front of them.
That's no excuse for your actions.
And here comes the silver tongue. Surely you use that to reel in the students as well. Even now, many of them are still hopelessly dreaming of striking gold after they graduate. People grow by learning from their mistakes. I hope this will be a valuable lesson to them.
It's the way that Kaveh's like, well, all these students are never going to pay back their debt.
They should be able to link him with Alkami's
And
business.
that's not okay. So, like, he's going to teach them instead, but he's not going to charge them. If they have a passion for it, he's going to teach them.
Didn't think I would run into you here.
My vacation just ended not too long ago.
Love you,
so I'm going over some cases at the academia. Who's this?
It's me. No. You describe everything that happens to Sino.
I see. Charging an interest rate over 30% indeed constitutes a crime. As it is highly likely that Alkami is also benefiting from this scheme, the Matra will open an investigation on him as well. The training
I love
center will
Sino.
be
The
closed
fact that
until
he's like
further
got the
notice.
duality of like being
Any
completely
funds
silly with the
remaining to
whole
recover
like
from the suspects
nerdy
will be returned
TCG
to the
thing,
students.
but also the other side of it where
It's
he's
unclear
like
how much we'll be able to
dead
get back,
like
however, given their extravagant
serious about his job.
That should still be enough.
It's so good.
Once the students realize
I wish I could play
the error
Genshin
of
with
their
you for
ways,
once.
They won't
Yeah.
fall so easily for such traps in the future.
Maybe
Anyway,
soon.
Thank you for your help. I hope this won't be too much trouble for you.
It's no trouble. Just another day at work. How did you two get tangled up in this anyway?
Akame tried to hire Kaveh as one of his instructors.
Did you accept any mora from him?
He promised to pay me 300,000 mora per lecture, but I resigned as soon as I finished the first session. I didn't take a single coin.
Ah, that's good.
Hmm? What do you mean, that's good? Would you have taken me into custody as well if I had actually accepted any mora?
I wouldn't have gone that far. But, had he insisted that you were also an active participant in his schemes, under our rules, we would have been required to open an investigation on you as well. Either way, though, I believe you are innocent in all of this.
Good.
Had you actually been all
Because they're
right
best
with making
friends.
money through less than noble means,
Because they're best friends.
your life wouldn't be the mess it currently is.
Hey, what was that? What do you mean my life is a mess?
Never mind. Your life
is
fine.
You're just messing with me now, aren't you?
Wow.
Let's get back to business. If Alkami's case can be successfully resolved, you'll be eligible for a monetary reward from the academia. Don't forget to pick it up after the fact.
Huh. I didn't even know there was such a thing. I never would have guessed. What I'm trying to say is that we didn't report Alkami because we thought we could make some more off of it.
The reward will be given regardless of your personal motivations. It was implemented with the intent of encouraging people to supply tips to the Matra.
Does the stream keep like flickering?
Is there anything else?
I want to go back to the training center one more time and talk to some of the kids.
I also when I found out that
Sure.
Raiden we
But
play
you
is
should
not the
wait
real
until
one.
tomorrow. My subordinates will shut down
Yeah,
the
it's the
center
puppet.
today, and summon the students to gather information.
But if you look at her
Mora they've lost in the
her
scam.
voice lines, you can tell that some of them are
I'll
A
stay
and
out
some of
their
them are
way.
Raiden Shogun.
I can talk to the kids tomorrow.
I have a
Purely
few other
based on
things
the
to
way
take
that they
care of,
talk.
so I'll be off for now.
And you can tell from the names as
If
well,
you want to
actually.
follow up on this case, just come find me again.
Honestly, I kind of
Or
like
ask one
that
of the
you're
Matra.
playing the puppet, which
That
has
should
both of
finally
them.
Be the end of that.
You've also got to remember
thought it
that
would
the
turn out
puppet
like this.
isn't actually what
All
she
I
looked
wanted was
like.
to find a new gig and earn some mora. To think Alkami would sink this low, it still makes me really upset. Still, I think I feel a little better now than when you found me back at the tavern.
Oh, how so?
It's a little ironic, but you could say it's because I've realized that there are many circumstances in the world that are even worse than my own. Now that I've seen such things firsthand, I suppose I've earned a new sense of appreciation for my life. How should I put it? I'm pretty stubborn when it comes to my profession, so I often argue with
Do you
my
know Raiden
clients.
can't cook? Yep.
The arguments are usually extremely frustrating.
No specialized
And every once
recipes,
in a
nothing
while,
like
I'd wonder
that.
if I
She
only
cannot
became
cook.
an architect because fate wanted me to pay for
And she
some
doesn't
sins
cook.
I'd committed in a previous life. Alkami's suggestion would have allowed me to quit my life as an architect.
But
and
she
earn
enjoys
money solely
desserts.
from my reputation. But now that I've experienced that for myself, I can confidently say that I'd never want to do it again.
And that's why he thinks you're too rigid when it comes to making more.
Every scholar has their own sense of pride and a line that they don't like to cross. Of course, when faced with the vicissitudes of life, some will surrender these things to seek a more comfortable life. I can understand that. Just speaking for myself, though,
Just
I don't
speaking
think that's
for
something
myself.
I'd ever be able to do. The voice in my heart would just keep repeating one thing. The moment I turn away from my dreams would be the moment my career ends.
Aww.
If I stopped devoting everything to my creative activities, I'd be able to lead a more comfortable life, but at the same time, my sense of intuition and understanding for the arts would also begin to degrade. At that point, any materialistic ease I may have gained in life would just become another form of torment. In comparison, my current life comes with its share of difficulties, but at least I'd never have to deal with that kind of existential reckoning.
It's good to stay true to yourself.
I appreciate it. You may call me conceited for this, but I would also like to think I'm talented enough to be able to lead a decent life without compromising my pride. It's certainly not easy, but I want to keep at it.
Good.
My thanks again for being such a great help throughout all of this. I'm planning to pay another visit to those kids tomorrow. Want to come with me?
Sure, I'll come.
All right. I'll see you tomorrow then. Get some good rest.
Yay. 8 a.m. the following day. Brrrr. Dun, 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 dun. I cannot wait to see what, like, well, we kind of have a taste of what the music will be like in Fontaine, but I want to see more. I want to see more. Do you know Kaya's ultimate attack is the same as the attack from the Fatui made?
Training center has been shut down, and the Madra
It
have
is.
promised to return some of our tuition. But we've already spent so much time on this class. What should we do next?
Mr.
It's like a mini version of it.
Working on our fundamentals and try to get into the academia.
It's because he's from
Said than done.
Conria.
If it was easier to get into the academia, none of us would have signed up for the class in the first place. Only the best of the best can get into the academia studying on their own.
Mr. Kaveh might be willing to teach us.
Why? What reason does he have to stick around?
So, you're the only ones that showed up today, huh?
Huh? Kaveh's here!
Now, that's Mr. Kaveh to you. I'm here as your instructor, so let's keep things a little more proper. I'll keep instructing you for a while longer. You can pass on the message to the other students. As long as someone wants to come, they can join the class.
Aww.
Oh, also, I'm usually pretty busy, so I'll only be able to teach architecture fundamentals on my days off. Another disclaimer, I can't promise that you'll all be able to understand everything I'm going to teach. Architecture is not an easy profession. Aesthetics aside, even the basics of safe design can already be a handful for most people. If you want to design safe buildings, you'll have to go through a systematic study of structural engineering. And just as a heads up, all of this will be a huge step up from the superficial stuff you were learning before. It'll take both talent and perseverance to get through the course. I don't want to hear anyone say that I didn't warn you.
We'll try our best.
Yes!
It seems some of you are really serious about this after all. All right, everyone, pack your stuff up. No need to prepare much for today's class. We're going to go on a quick field trip.
Where to?
You'll know once we get there. Come on, let's get going. We'll be off once everyone's grabbed their pencils and sketch pads.
He's gonna be such a good instructor. Wait, where are we going? Where is he taking us? Oh. Oh.
Nowhere to run.
The lighthouse. Do you know the real name from Fischl? I'm Fischl. The Prinzessin something. It's I don't know. Von Erze or something. I don't know specifically. I just know vaguely what she says. Also, she's supposed to be from Honkai. Her real name is Amy. It's so... I mean, it probably is. She's from Honkai Impact, right? Well, she's part of both. I don't really understand it. Yeah, the lighthouse.
This lighthouse has been around for a long time, and I handled its renovations when I first graduated from the academia. The point of today is not so much about the lighthouse as a building, however. I just want you to take a look at it and do a bit of self-reflection. If you were tasked today with designing a building, how would you want it to look like? Don't think about how you'd actually go about building it for now. Just put your ideas to paper and draw the prettiest building that comes to your mind.
So, it can be, any kind of building?
Yep, as long as you think it'd look good. It doesn't even necessarily have to be a building. If you want, you can draw trees, the ocean, or even a garden area. Draw whatever you'd like.
What is the point of this exercise?
In my experience, it's best to approach the study of architecture from a point of personal interest, rather than for the sake of a career. Both the study and practice of architectural design are extremely difficult. A person who's forced to work on projects that they don't resonate with will only struggle.
You didn't get Kaveh. I didn't get Kaveh
So at least
either.
for today, I hope the students will be able to create something
I was
that they
robbed.
enjoy. There's no need to
I got
think about
everyone
it too
but
hard.
Kaveh. I got
We'll
like.
have plenty of time in the future
I'll show you in a
to visit
minute
the
what I
design
got.
and make changes. What do you think?
I've got everything but
Want to try
Kaveh.
your hand at it as well? Don't forget that this is a free class from Mr. Kaveh, the Light of the Kasharawar. On a normal day, this would cost you 300,000 mora.
Wow. Let me drawing the freaking teapot, please. This is such a cute image, though. Your ideal building is also your safe haven, which is my teapot, which I actually own. And if I had Kaveh, I would put him in it. But for right now, we need to figure out who we're going to put in my teapot instead, because Ayaka is now fully cooked and she's ready to go. Ready to go now. I need another main DPS. Right. So on my list that we made a few weeks ago, Ayaka is now finished, so we need to build someone. Well, the build list is different from the friendship list, but we need to build someone's friendship. So we can remove Ayaka from the thing, and I think we should put in Kazuha. Simply because, like, yeah. But we're going to put Baiju in the team. Because honestly, yeah. We got to do it. We're going to make, I think we're going to make Kale our main DPS. We're going to have Sucrose for grouping. We're going to have Dory for, well,
Hopefully
Thunder.
This won't take long.
Infusion. And we're going to have Baiju as like our support. That way round. So that's what we're going to do. So we need to put Kazuha in my house in the place of Ayaka. It's about time. Did you see Ayaka without her? Yeah, she's basically a bald head. It's quite embarrassing. It's quite embarrassing. But yeah, we're going to do this, and then we're going to have a break, and then we're going to go do the last of the events, which shouldn't take too long, and then I'm going to drop off. I might even move over to Twitch, if I'm honest. Because I have got something I need to do on Twitch.
One moment. If I had known you'd
Pay me a visit. I've already done one of
Good
you.
morning.
Good.
With a cerulean.
Cerulean sky. Ooh, wrong button. Okay, companions. We're going to put Kazuha in the party. Or in the teapot. There we go. I'd love to join a low IR player and help them. It's good. It's fun. I'll say that. Who do we have to pick? You.
Recently, if you ever feel unwell, don't. Actually, I was wondering if my mood's been pretty good these past few days. And I just finished an exam. We should find a nice, wide open place to enjoy the scenery. And bring. I was thinking maybe we could leave today. Well, actually, I only handed in my exam paper so far. Mastered, but if I don't get a good mark, I'll have to. And you said you were up for it. Then again, now and if
Not her
I
using us for her revision.
plenty of open space. Right. Wait.
Actually, I don't think I'm going to talk to them just yet. I'll do it another time. But yeah, we got Fischl in here. We've got Sucrose. We've got Ito. We've got Ningguang. Now we got Kazuha. Kole. Got Paimon next to the cooker because she's into food. So she's going to obviously like steal all the supplies. And then here we got Baiju. So yeah, it's gonna go good. I'm gonna have fun. It's gonna be good. Right. Who are we leveling now? Well, obviously it's... I think we're gonna work on Collei, as we've got the resources for her. Yeah, so I need to transmute some stuff. The prettiest character. That's a great question that I don't know the answer to. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. I think Daya's pretty sexy. She's pretty good. Raiden is amazing. I love her. Nahida the cutest.
But if you never test the limits, how can anyone know where
Like, she is the cutest. Let's be honest. She's the cutest. I think Shenhe is, like, beautiful. She is absolutely beautiful. They did a good job with her. You love the Raiden outfit? Yeah. Everyone's, like, everything over Ayaka, but I'm not really into that. Kokomi's pretty cute too. Like, even, like, Tainari's cute. Venti's kind of weird. Zhongli's handsome. Ito is...
When on the road,
Ito.
one should take ample time to pause
I hate them.
and appreciate the wondrous scenery along the way.
You're about to collapse, aren't you?
Candice looks amazing. Jean, yeah, pretty good. Toma's pretty cute. Beto's okay. She's pretty cool. She's pretty slay. For me, I think it's just like... I hate them. Oh my god, everything's coming out of the woodwork. Oh my god, we're at 315 subs.
It's just some chronic problem I have
Amazing.
flaring up again. Nothing to worry about.
Only 185 to go. Wait, is that even dynamic? Do I have to type that in myself? 314, right? Oh, 317? Y'all are so kind. Thank you for the subs today. I'm sorry your alerts haven't come up. I think they just I think it's to do with like privacy settings on YouTube, which is why they don't come up. But thank you so much for the subscriptions. It really does mean a lot. Like I said, we are trying to get into the YPP, and we are a little bit away from that, so all the support really does mean a lot. It really does.
Oh, fine.
You love Eula. As far as I'm concerned, Eula can stay in the basement. I do not like her. She's ugly. And I do not like her playstyle. She's just so uninteresting. I'm sorry, I just don't like her. She's someone who I will not be getting. Like, at all. Wait, why is it blinking? Oh. Why is this blinking at me? Oh, more stories unlocked. Fine. 7, 7, 6, 5.
Oh, it's just some chronic problem I have flaring up again. Nothing to worry about.
Okay, so we're going to work on Kole. We're going to get her max ascension. And that's going to be that. Right, I'm going to go take a quick break. Y'all can enjoy Baiju in my house. Y'all can enjoy Baiju. I'm gonna go BRB. Who's the boss you like the most? I don't know. I'll be right back. I need to make myself comfortable. I'll see you in a sec.
All follow a set of laws. But if you never test the limits, how can anyone know where the boundaries of these laws are?
Okay. Right. We have some events left outstanding from this patch. So we're going to go do those. And I've got to do my farming. But I'll probably do that off stream. Which region do you like the most? Sumuru. Like, Leeway is beautiful. Like, they're all beautiful in their own way. But Sumuru, I think, is the most... Well, it's like the region of exploration, and I love exploring. I can't do any more right now because like, I'm 100% everywhere, so... But yeah, Sumer is my favorite region by far. And I have food in front of me, so... Right. Right, let's go do an event. And then we'll finish up for today. What do you think about Venti? It was the first Archon, right, that we ever met. So he's been like power crept a lot. Like a lot. I think Animo is like one of the strongest elements in the game.
One should take ample time to pause and appreciate the wonder.
And I think Venti's abilities, while very good for what they were at the time, I think they could be better. I think like if he was released now, it would look a lot better and it would feel a lot nicer than they do. Because at the moment, Kazuha and like Zhao are probably the strongest Animo, if not Wanderer, if you built him properly. But I mean, I mainly use Venti for grouping.
Oh, it's
I don't
just
really
some
use him for
chronic
anything else.
problem I have flaring up again.
What are we doing?
Nothing to worry about.
We're doing event. Okay. Oh. Silly game. I think he's very powerful with the right team comp. But to be honest, he as a character doesn't particularly need to do much. He just needs to provide that little whirlpool thing, and that's it. That's all he needs to do. That's the only, like, viable thing in his kit right now. So yeah. That's my thoughts on him. It's over here. Ooh. Geo. Let's go. Did you hear the voice line about the traveler's birthday? Which one?
Feel this ancient power. Come into being. Charge! Press the advantage! Who wants some of this?
I love Geo. I just wish it was stronger and there were more characters. So it's one of the, like, least probably used elements in the game.
Let's roll! Oh, coming through! Can't catch me.
Okay, let's start using some of these.
Witnessing a great undertaking. Press the advantage. Advance.
I'll settle this.
Come on, you have Albedo. I don't have Albedo. I didn't pull for him when I could have. I was too invested in someone else. I can't remember who.
Out of my way.
Feel this ancient power. Rally! Pull in! Let's roll! Oh, coming through! Can't catch me!
Come on. You got Nilu and Albedo on that banner. Wait, she was on a banner with Nilu? I don't remember that. I don't remember that. It's probably true. I don't remember it. It was so long ago, okay? The last time Nilu was on a banner was Mojito. I don't know what her original banner was, but I remember it was the second half of a patch. That's all I remember. Oh, don't I need 30? I should probably just use these.
Can't catch me.
Hee hee.
Oh, coming through.
He's so silly. All right. He's so silly.
Feel this ancient power. Press the advantage. Charge.
Get with me. Lightning terrified.
Let's roll. Who wants some of this?
Oh dear. Ito. Oh my god, it actually shines his vision. That's kind of cute. I never knew that. Do you have Hazu? Yeah, I do. I have all the 4 stars except for Kaveh. Of various constellations. Various constellations. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Various constellations. Not the Reba. You love Hazu's attack. It's kind of a cool way to do it, to be honest. And the way they've kind of incorporate the sword into Kirara's stuff is really cool as well. Ooh, what is this team? Traveler's birthday is a little bit sus. I wonder why. Just like, oh, I gotta put you in an escape room. So many people are saying, where's the child rerun? But where's the child rerun? Never. Probably coming in 4.0, to be honest. I don't know why everyone's like, where's the child rerun when we haven't even had like Eula yet. Hi Jade, how are you?
Here you are.
Better using mine. I think mine's better. I think my ice is better. How are you doing, Jade? Though, welcome on in. Ooh, my official is almost dead. Well, then you get a reruns coming and like, ugh. Are you kidding me? They killed me. They killed me. No one's a child one except me. Child's coming in 4.0. What are you talking about? He's literally a 4.0, I think. Also, child. He's alright. Mine's not built properly. Will you be going for your first child or will it be like a C in child? Your coming was foretold. Oh. It's the way Fischl was dead. Away, Steve. Out of my way. What are these weapons they've given these characters? Where's lighter foliar incision? Like, excuse me? Why have I got Iron Sting? This actually makes me want to puke. Do you know anything about Yelan? Although she's coming in 4.0. Well, apparently she's coming in 4.0. Rumored. What thing about Yelan are you referring to? Okay, I think that's the event done. I've got some, like, farming to do, but I'm gonna do that off stream. I kind of need to just eat some food and just kind of chill, so I'm gonna probably go and do that. Can I pull? Do a 1 pull on this banner, because I want to get a C2. Imagine if that was the gold. It won't be. Trust me. It won't be the gold, because I have what? 10 pity? Almost 20 pity. I think Yelan is a very strong character, and she also looks amazing. She's a queen. We love her. We love her. And she deserves the world. And if anyone says she shouldn't, they should play her trial and tell me otherwise. Honestly, the leeway characters generally are like very good, high quality. Okay. I think that is it from me today. And kind of it for me for 3.7, to be honest. We've only got the ley lines left, but I'm going to do that off stream. I forgot to do mine yesterday as well, so that's kind of bad. It's kind of bad. That was very bad. I didn't do it yesterday. I just wanted other things done. So yeah. Thank you for joining me today. I'm going to go chatting screen real quick. Yeah, we're going to leave it there. Thank you so much for everyone who came in, who subscribed, said hello, all of that stuff. You're all amazing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All of what you have done today goes towards us getting YouTube partner program. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, but if you haven't, why haven't you subscribed? Don't forget to like the video and yeah, I don't know, comment something. I don't know. Tell me how much you want Child. Or Yelan. Are you excited for 3.8? Comments. You know, it's YouTube. Yeah, we'll be back here on YouTube next Tuesday. With some... I don't know. I think we'll do Genshin. I think we'll do Genshin next Tuesday. But we'll be doing... We won't be like... We'll do a little bit of in-game stuff. There's not really that much to do, to be honest. But we'll do a little bit of in-game stuff. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to go back and we're going to watch all of the character demos from the right at the beginning. And we're going to watch them all. We're going to react. We're going to chill. We're going to show excitement for seeing where we started with Genshin and where we are now. And how we've like grown to love every single character that has ever come out in this beautiful game. Will you go to sleep now? No. I'm gonna go have some food. And chill. Watch some streams. Things like that. But yeah, I'll be back. I'll be back next Tuesday. Next Thursday, we'll be doing Honkai Star Rail. We have companion missions to do. We've got events to do. We've got... Wow. On Saturday, I might be doing a stream to pull full of Vulture. So, yeah. Put that in perspective. We'll be building the Vulture. If we get him. Well, we do have guarantee, so we will get him. But, yeah. Thank you so much for being here. Go follow my socials. Follow me on Twitch, because we'll be there on Friday for a sponsored stream. For a sponsored stream, we're doing a sponsored stream on Friday over on Twitch. We'll start with Genshin and Honkai, doing like co-op shenanigans and things like that. So if you would like to get involved, please come over there. We'll be so happy to see you and have you over there. And then we'll be doing a sponsored segment. We'll be playing Call of Dragons. So if you want to come support the stream, by helping me complete my goals, we essentially, you have directly affect me and my earnings and support and everything. So please, please, please come see what's happening, download the game on PC, play with us. I'll be making an alliance once I've got established, and yeah, help me reach my goals and help me earn some things. It'd be pretty cool. When will we get Fontaine? In 4.0, which is in, I think it's coming sort of 15th of August-ish. So yeah, very excited. I love Fontaine. The teaser was so good. You can actually watch my reaction to the 3.8 live stream on my main page. Yeah. But yeah, if you want to be like extra supportive now, here are all my support links, all my donation links, all of that kind of stuff. I have a Patreon, so if you want to subscribe over there, you get early access to my videos and some extra little nuggets of joy. I also have a fan house, which is sort of like a, I don't know, I haven't really figured out what I'm going to post on there, but I think I'm going to do like sort of IRL fun little videos and stuff. So if you want to like check that out, please do. I think it's like $5 or £5 or something. I don't know. And yeah, I updated my Throne wish list the other day. So if you want to support me on there and buy me a little gift, there's that as well. But yeah, all of those links are available. Don't forget, Visuals by Impulse have kindly let us become an affiliate with them. So please use the affiliate link, which is in the description, for all your stream overlays, all your super animations and stingers if you're a streamer and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, they're really good. They can even make you a whole set of overlays if you want as well. And that will give you, my link will give you 5% off, and 15% of that will go to me as well. So yeah, I'm going to go. You're going to go sleep now. Okay, well, bye-bye. We're all saying bye-bye anyway. So yeah, thank you so much for everyone being here, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Love you. Bye, Emily. Bye, Jade. Thank you for being here. Yeah, it's in August. But yeah, bye-bye.